Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Well, hello there everybody, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. We have another one of the CynicalDeath tournament happening today. I'm Kozan, with me is none other than the one and only Snoopy.
Hey guys, happy to be back, and we got an exciting group here, so can't wait to start.
Yeah man, this seems pretty cool. I saw that our German caster, already Belair of course, he was like, can't we just have all the players here advance please? Can't like all of them just be a part of this tournament for a little bit longer than just one day? It's not gonna happen. Two of them are gonna have to be kicked out of here. Not gonna be moving onwards. Two of them will though, of course. And they're gonna be meeting, well, Estrella, wonderfully enough. Yesterday we had Estrella moving onwards in the tournament, so congratulations to him still. That was some lovely stuff going forward. Oh, jeez, Louise, man, what an upset. And of course, Eleza almost making it through, having a really good run, but Trap in the end eking out on top of everything else. My hair's a bit fluffy. I just washed it, so I never really did anything else but wash it. So it's a bit fluffy. Don't look at it. Just try to avoid eye contact with it. All right, for now. Anyway, yeah. So, a lovely day yesterday. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get a little bit as close as today. Also, yesterday we had TY, of course, performing in the tournaments. And I don't know if everybody already kind of is up to date here from the GSL, but we saw him playing today as well. He played a lot better today than he did yesterday, didn't he? That was...
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't go so well there for TY. It's kind of... an unrememberable overall performance that he showed there. And yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping that we won't have one of those occurring here today. But you know what? You never know. You never know with StarCraft 2. It's a cruel mistress after all.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all guys for those follows coming in. That's very much appreciated. Handapui, Hit Snake, CG, STK, Logan following as well. SC2, Yan, Wei, Macros, Yogurtino, Music, Sky Pirate, The Solution Channel, Captain Sleepy Hat. Man, oh man, there's a lot of you, aren't there? Wumpa Wumpa. A lot of these are a while ago, but I think they were during, before it even started this stream. People were already coming in and following us. It looks like actually for a while. I don't know if you have the events tabs open. That's
yep,
nuts. Will we be streaming other stuff today? Because it sure looks like it.
Well, I know we had the Alpha X series earlier on a few hours ago, so that's probably why.
It must be, because that's a nuts amount, especially like from 6 hours ago or something. Anyway, always good to see. Muppet 70 Bonefist as well, just now joining in. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're gonna have a good one. Hope we're all gonna have a good one. We're gonna start off with Rainer versus Zest, so that is positively going to be a good one. Harking back to what I said earlier, of course, yesterday we had TY. Maybe I was a little bit referring to Cure, right? We have Cure today in the bracket as well. Tomorrow he's gonna have to play against... is that tomorrow? I don't know, but... he's gonna have to play against Trap in the GSL pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Now, there are a couple of... wait, do we have one or two Protosses right now? Okay, we only have Zest, so... of course, Rainer and Rogue are the other two. I'm just hoping we're not going to get to see Cure versus Zest, because that might be one of those moments where he's going to try to hide all the things that he's prepping for that matchup. But
yeah, he's facing up against there in GSL, so definitely probably want to hide his TVP builds.
Yeah, doesn't want to give away exactly the state of that right now. So hopefully for him, he's going to be able to kind of get through here without actually having to face against Zest. But we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, Kyoto, one of those Terrans, especially in online cups, pretty much always capable of just beating with anyone with a straight up play as well. So we'll have to wait and see what is really going to be on the menu for us. But first, of course, Zest versus Rainer. Neither of these players really any massive tournaments right now going on for them, right? Where they're in the top 8 for anything. Am I forgetting something? No. Alright, so that's always nice. Always nice. Kundunfu, Zetros, Shadowfax as well. Thank you for those for the follows. What servers are these matches on right now? Because we are playing Rainer versus Zest, a European versus a Korean. We are on US Central. Afterwards, a lot of these players are, of course, well, most of these players are in Korea. Which means whenever we can, we will be playing on the Korean servers. Otherwise, it will be on US Central. There you go.
There you go.
Chiraku11 as well. Thank you for that follow. It's always nice, those names, you know. I don't know what they stand for, but hey.
I gotta hand it to you. You do a really good job pronouncing some of these names, because some of these names it would be a nightmare for me to pronounce.
Chiraku, for example. I don't know, man. You just kind of roll with it, you know. I think it's the Dutch language. We come prepared for pronouncing difficult things. We have a lot of R's and we have the as well, so it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Already we come well equipped with our vocal cords. All right, we are loading up here. I'm hearing a countdown.
Yep. Countdown has begun, and we're heading into our first game on Everdream.
Any thoughts for this one, Snoopy?
No, I'm just excited to start the series. Both these players are legends in their own right, and hopefully we have a good one here.
For sure. Oh no, the Litites. Thank you for that follow as well. I'm gonna just sneak in there before we actually start the game out. Then, you know, we'll have to wait for another little bit of downtime perhaps to really call all the follows out, but don't let that deter you. Anyway.
CynicalDeath in the chat saying, "Can I ban everyone not cheering for Rainer here?" So we know who CynicalDeath is.
No, Cynical. No, you may not. Right? You may not give them subs. That's the one thing you're allowed to do, but you're not allowed to do anything else. Alright, so in the bottom left side we have ourselves a blue Protoss. Oh man, I'm feeling it. It's gonna be a juicy one, everybody. He is none other than Razor Edge Gaming Zest.
And spawning at the top right, we have our lovely red Zerg player from Team Clash. I think it's Clash. Yeah, Clash. It is Rainer.
Gets his hatchery blocked here. And honestly, for this one, between these two guys, I am expecting Rainer to do pretty well. I did see a tweet, though, recently, where he said for some reason he's incapable of winning against Widowmines at the moment. I'm not sure how that translates in its EVP, but maybe that's a little bit of an indicator that he's not feeling all that great at the moment in his play.
Possibly. I mean, I think both of them are still kind of on the top of their game. We've seen, of course, last year Rainer having a really, really great year. I think him and Cero were kind of like duking it out as kind of the best European Zerg there. Of
Sure.
course, we did see that Rainer did get the better end in the WCS Global Finals, but of course, in Home Story Cup, Cero did actually get his revenge. But here we are in the new year, 2020, and Zest, on the other hand, he's had a little bit of a resurgence there in the beginning of the year. So we'll see if his momentum can continue.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, overall, you know what, Zest has been getting some great results. Maybe, you know what, just as a previous champion of the GSL, maybe people did expect him to get a little bit more sometimes now and again. But that's a problem, right? With a game that has so much history, so many previous champions, you're always like, well, I mean, they're not number one right now, so they're kind of failing in a way, if that makes sense. But obviously, that's absolute ridicule. All these players pretty much top-notch, and well, we are opening up with a Stargate here. Just a quick side note as we continue on praising the capabilities of these players here.
Yeah, we did see Zestic block off or deny the natural, so Rainer's gonna take that a bit later. We've seen in yesterday's games a lot of Zergs actually skipping the natural and going for that third base as their second base. So a lot of Protoss, for some reason, getting some nice denials here.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of Zergs going for that very quick hatchery, right? I thought you mentioned it yesterday as well. Some of them take it at the 14 supply, 15 supply mark, just to kind of ensure that you will be able to get it, as the probe will not be able to get across the map quickly enough in that sense, if you go for the pylon first. Otherwise, you know what, you'd have to be extremely ridiculous, right? Just send the probe before anything else across the map. Never seen that happen before, but maybe that's the next step in this whole evolution of blocking hatcheries. But then again, maybe Zerg's also getting a little bit more comfortable with getting that third base in the other location, right? Because I feel like one of the reasons why you would want to have that third base in that other location for well, as a Protoss player, of course, is, well, those drones become a lot harder to defend against any sort of a depth pressure, right? Because there's a lot more space in between the bases. Roaches, Queens gonna have a lot harder of a time. But we've been seeing Zergs going for a little bit more heavy on the Zerglings to counter that. So that might be one of the reasons why they're not as bothered by it anymore. Oh, this Ling actually, jeez Louise, Zest not paying attention here, it seems. What a brilliant move here from Rainer. Seeing the amount of adepts anticipating that move out there and already positioning his Zerglings right then and there. And, well, he is kind of prepping for both the Oracle opening and the Adept Glaive opening here, which is actually both on the way, interestingly enough. But he has spores, he has a good amount of queens, and he's getting that Roach Warren as well. Very important.
You know what, to be honest, I don't even know if he should go for the Adept Glaives, because, I mean, you lose 4 Adepts early in the game, that's going to be a lot less Adepts to attack with, but gonna go for it, and gonna actually transition into his third here. Let's see how many drones we get. 3 drones.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see, right, how much he's really gonna commit to this as well. It could be that he just sends in like 4 of them. He doesn't have a robotics facility just yet, right? So, I don't know. I think it would still be an okay idea to kind of go for a Adept Glaive for pressure if you're incorporating a War Prism with it, because then you can come in from those unexpected angles and still get quite a bit of drone damage that way. But right now, I don't know. I think I'm kind of in your agreeing with you here that this doesn't seem like something that can still work, right? Or at least should not work. Maybe Rainer's just gonna overdrone though. That could be a case as well, right? He does see all these adepts though. This is some great scouting for Rainer.
Yeah, that's a total of, let's see how many total adepts that is. That's 13 total adepts. So, see how many damage this could get done. The roaches are on the way.
So many adepts right now. Yeah, the roach is not quite ready yet. And, you know, those adepts almost one-shotting Queens here, actually. Jeez, man, that's so much damage. Right, big shade into the main base as well. There's only 3 roaches here. A lot of those drones dying now. And man, I thought, you know what, Rainer was going to be able to kind of hold this, but does seem like this is giving him a lot of trouble so far. Although eight workers, I think we need to see a little bit more here for Zest to really make this worth it. Although, you know what, we are getting there now. Cancels that shade right here. Sees the drones coming back or trying to harvest some more minerals. There's something in the main base as well. Actually, an oracle right now. Oh, we targeted down the spore crawler in the main base. So now gets in here, gets a couple more that way. Did lose most of those adepts, but in the end, you know what? I feel like that's definitely worth it. Look at that, 51 workers now only available versus 57. The army supply, though, is a little bit unfavorable. Rainer, so of course, a counterattack could still be quite crucial here and do quite a bit for Rainer.
Yeah, that's the scary part. If he can hold on, then he should be good, but there's a lot of Roach and Ravagers on the way. There's only one Immortal out, so he's going to have to use a lot of good force fields to protect it. And here we go, the Roaches, it might get on top. Oh!
Moves back a little bit, sees the sentry count there. Once those Ravagers close by so he can deny those force fields. It's pretty reasonable so far. You know what? Nice splitting off, but there's still quite a bit remaining here for Rainer. A second Immortal, that's a big deal. You know what? The shield battery here not really holding the front door that well. It's going to be running out of energy. Another one shows up though. Ooh, the Immortal in the natural base. Gets picked off there. Nicely targeted by Rainer. Kills both shield batteries as well. This is not looking all too great for Zest here.
Yeah, and all the sentries are down, so there's not a lot of energy to force field these Roaches and Ravagers, so they can get on top of this Immortal if they wanted to. And that looks like exactly what Rainer's trying to do. He's going to go ahead and get top of these Immortals and snipe the last Immortal out.
Yeah,
it's not looking too good for our Blue Protoss.
The probes going for a surround here. Zealot's being warped in. He hasn't lost that many probes yet, so if he can stabilize, that would be nice. But, I mean, more and more Roaches, Zerglings coming in, spilling them through. And, well, I think that probe damage is going to be taken here relatively quickly. Oh, nice dodge there on that bile, but, yeah, I feel like this is going to be too much, right? We're still seeing more Roaches on that production tab. It's not going to end anytime soon. Warpins taking place, but yeah, the Roach count hasn't really dropped all too much. And Zest army supply now at 9. And most of that is that Oracle. That is out of energy as well, so it's a rough time. I think we're just going to go into GG here, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, the thing about doing that Adept glaive attack is that you commit a lot to it, so if it gets cleaned up, then the big Roach counterattack is kind of the predicted move. And usually you want to get a Void Ray or a bunch of Immortals out, but since he didn't have a lot of Immortals, I think Zest probably should have added a Void Ray just in case, but Rainer just over swarming the toss.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it is just difficult overall, right? To get anything else out when you're going for that many Adepts off of a Stargate in front of that as well. I mean, the plan, it seemed like a really cool plan, honestly, because you kind of get your Zerg opponent's mind off of the entire idea of Adepts, right? After seeing the Oracles. And then still suddenly Oracles show up, so I like the overall idea. A little bit of a, how do you call this, cloak and mirrors kind of thing. A little bit of a nice trick. Trying to lure Rainer into a false sense of security, but then just, yeah, you just don't have that much, right? Overall to really spend on defenses. Yourself. So, alright, well, anyway, maybe it's gonna work out some other time. Maybe if you killed a couple more drones, if you kept Rainer busy with those Adepts a little bit longer, right? Maybe then he would have been able to get 1 or 2 extra warpins. If he kept Rainer at the ramp, maybe perhaps as well, because he did let him get up the ramp pretty easily. One of those Immortals that never got to the other shield battery as well. These tiny things, if they all stack up like that, it's gonna be a problem, as we just witnessed right then and there.
Yeah, and don't forget, he didn't mix in a Robo War Prism with it, so
Yep.
one of the things that, even though sometimes you see that the Zerg player cleans up the rest of the Adepts, but then they stay home because the threat of the War Prism is still there, but knowing that there wasn't a War Prism, it allowed Rainer to just move across the map without any fear.
Yeah. Definitely something else
Yeah, let's go ahead and introduce our players here. Here, spawning at the bottom right, we have our red Zerg player from Team Clash. It is Rainer.
Yeah, it's going up 1-0 so far. And this man here in the top left side, a nice little strategy, a good attempt at some harassment. Didn't quite work out for him that time though. Will he be able to do it this time? We'll have to wait and see. It's the blue Protoss. He is Zest.
All right,
Getting
once
another
again.
hatchery block here, yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was gonna say. For some reason, these protesters just manages to get blocks after blocks after blocks. I wonder if Zerg players will kind of change it up because it seems like both all these Zerg players from yesterday as well as this right now with Rainer, they just like to go for a more macro oriented opening. So that's why they got the later hatchery timing. But
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother him too much that previous game, and this time again as well, he's just like, alright, I'll just move to this third base. Nothing too crazy. Anyway, we do have a couple more follows that we'd like to shout out. We have actually Slowly Falling. It's a familiar name, isn't it? Rummy G, HD Lazyfly, Gorgo69, and Ono Z. Oh wait, no, that's I already called you out. Don't have to struggle with that one again. It's okay. What's
By the
up,
way,
guys? Welcome to the crew. Yes? Well, sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
welcome
no,
to the crew, guys.
my bad, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say, if you slowly falling, if you switch that around, there's falling slowly. There's actually a really nice song that's actually named "Falling Slowly." It's from one of the movie musicals called Once. So it's actually a really good musical. If you guys during this quarantine time are looking for some movies to watch, that is a movie that I recommend. It's a little bit of an indie film, but it's a great song.
Alright. Alright. This is a lot of links on the way actually from Rainer, right? Am I crazy?
Oh yeah.
So third base as well, but he's hiding some over here, he's hiding some over there. He's making 6 more. This is getting a bit ridiculous in my opinion.
Oh yeah. This is definitely gonna be an aggressive attack here.
Only on 21 workers as well. What are you planning to do with just circlings here? Is he gonna try to drop them all in to the main base here with a Drupal Lord or something? You need lay attack, right, for that. What is his plan here? Is he just gonna try to bust the main front door with pure circlings? Is this gonna work?
I might. I mean, this definitely needs to wall off immediately. Yeah, he's even canceling that building, knowing that he needs to wall off ASAP. The first gateway is going to be done, but the warp gate technology will be finished. However, no more gateways. Oh, there is actually one more gateway that's just finished. Oh, he needs so much units. He needs to continue walling off. That pylon's about to be done.
Yeah. Not getting that block off in time again. He did have the minerals for it. He just didn't have, well, whatever else it takes to block off bases like that. And now he's in a lot of trouble. Nothing to warp in here. And actually, the Lynx are just going to be able to nibble away at pretty much everything here. I don't think he's going to unpower all the gateways, but, I mean, the probes, they have nowhere to run to. This is going to be a massacre. This is an absolute bloodbath, and, well, apparently this just works this way. You can just go mass circlings against one of the best Protoss in the world, it seems, and do pretty darn good against it. GG is scored, and that's a 2-0 here for the one and only Rainer.
Wow, that was quick.
That was very quick. Honestly, I was not expecting that to win, and we have to, kind of point out again, right? Zesty did have the money. He had like 300 minerals. Maybe he was waiting for his gateways to finish up or something. I don't know. I don't even know what else you could want that money for.
Well, I mean, when you're faced with that kind of pressure, sometimes your brain kind of gets mushy. Sometimes you just like forget to do things.
Yeah, but
sometimes
for someone like Zest, though, like Zest, he's the best. Shouldn't happen to him.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Well, all right. Congratulations to Rainer. Gets himself a victory there. Gonna be going on towards the winners bracket. Of course, that's not out of this one just yet. It's taking me a while to connect to the Korean service here, it seems. I'll have to retry. I heard more people were having difficulties with this, actually. Right? Okay, hold up. Let me reassemble this. Just restart it quickly. Also, guys, we do have, of course, a Matcherino page. If you want to help us out with the overall tournament, get us a little bit of extra dough in that prize pool, right? That is right there available. Doesn't have to cost you anything. Just head on over to the exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat. Go to that website. Bring the copy pasta of the code as well. And voila, you just add 50 cents to the prize pool, and you'll help us out. You'll help the players out. You're helping StarCraft 2 out. I don't see any side effects that are negative out of that. Do you? I don't think so. No. Good. Alright, let me try this again. Authentication. Yeah, right, there I am. We good again. Yeah, also, of course, we have on the Matcherino page, we have a replay pack available. If you do need yourself some extra replays from these players in particular to really observe, then go check that one out as well. It's not over yet, Uberfather. How long? Rainier versus Zest is over. We're going into Rogue versus Cure. Yeah, for some reason, Rainier just absolutely demolished Zest there very quickly, but you know what? Oh well. That's what you meant. Yeah, it's okay. That's good. But as I was saying, we have the replay pack available. It's going to be all 7 days of the tournament. All the 4 initial groups from the group stage. It's the round of, what is that? 4 times 4? That's 16, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 16. So it's the round of 16. Then we'll go into the round of 8 with 2 group stages as well. And then we'll have the playoffs and the finals as well. All available. All waiting for you all to be picked up, all those replays, if you want. So any thoughts about Rainier moving on here? What do you think he would do better against? Either against Rogue or versus Cure?
I know Rainier is pretty good in ZVZ. And I think you mentioned earlier that you said that Rainier was mentioning that he was having trouble with Widow Mine. So I think probably Rainer's hoping that Rogue advances or wins this series, and then Kier loses, because you know Kier being the Terran that he is, and being one of the best Terrans, actually one of the best Korean Terrans out there, that's probably not who Rainier wants to face. So yeah, I'm thinking he's got his fingers crossed for Rogue.
Yeah, exactly. Because so far we of course have 2 Protoss already. Maybe it's a good thing that Zest went down like that. You know? We don't want to have just 4 Protoss in the round of 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure all the Zest fans out there agree, but it's pretty heartbreaking to lose to something like that as a Protoss player. It's
fine. They can become a Stray fans instead, alright? It's way
better.
Oh,
yeah.
Way
That's
better.
a good point.
Alright, is there already something hosted here? Am I just not paying attention?
Nope. There's no
They must still be doing the vetoes then, right?
Looks like they haven't done it yet.
Oh, we missing someone. I see Rogue is online. I see Cure is online.
Yep.
Alright. Anyway,
you know what? They probably just preoccupied with checking out the Matcherino and the replay pack deal there. They're probably just thinking this is a good sale. I mean, all that replays for $10.
Yeah, for sure, man. A lot of strategy that is to be gained in those bad boys, of course, and you're adding into the prize pool as well, giving those players even more money to fight over. There you go. Okay.
Oh my god.
Apparently we were okay. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A little bit of miscommunication. Which one of our admins is actually doing the adminning here this time around? Man, so much good StarCraft 2 this morning. Yeah, GSL's, Alpha X. That's the only two things happening right now. Nothing else.
The only thing. Yep.
That's right. That's right. It's still stupid. Yeah, all right. Well, guys, calm it down. Calm it down. We don't like that kind of accusations, right? If you wanna really accuse people, then you know what? Try to make some sort of a Reddit post or something like that. You know, where you point out everything. I don't know. Other than that, let's just try to, you know, take into consideration that these players they have some pretty hefty things hanging over their heads for match fixing, right? Because if you're caught match fixing in Korea, that is some bad stuff for your reputation, and it could end your career pretty much, right?
Yep.
It
Just
pretty
like
much ends your career.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we know what happened to Life. Life, the Zerg.
No, I don't think I know him. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's,
he was yeah. He was a really
no,
one
I
of
don't
the
think
best.
he was though. I don't think he was. I don't think anyone really knows who that is.
Okay, yeah. I guess we don't. Yeah, erased from our memories.
Exactly. That's right, because nobody's ever match fixing in this game. That's what it comes down to. Alright, well, they're doing defeat us right now. It is happening. It is happening. Between these two guys, Rogue and Cure, honestly, it's been, let me see, the previous tournaments actually, let me take a quick glance. The other one that we're doing right now, Cure did Cure advance? I think he did, right? Let me take a look here. Second group stage. Yeah, Cure and Rogue actually advanced, and they're in the Group B. That's coming up on the 29th as well, if this other tournament's happening. Which is already in the group stage 2. It's the same format as this tournament, but... and it's happening at the same time. So it might be a little bit confusing overall, but it's still pretty interesting because we get to see more StarCraft 2 and we get to see these guys actually in multiple settings, right? So in this tournament and then in that tournament. And Zest actually also in that group with them. So that's very interesting. These three players all in the same group. The only difference being that they don't have Rainer in that other group, they have Innovation. That's kind of funny.
Oh, nice.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to keep that in mind while watching that group do its thing. I'm doing great. Nice, thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Pearl. So yeah, go away, Mr. Car. Don't do that. It's weird. We ran right into the studio here. All right. Yeah. So Zest, Rogue, and Cure all in that other group as well. Unfortunately, here they are just incapable of all moving on through. Especially with Rainer going up like that. It's pretty nuts. But then again, maybe Rainer is still going to fall, of course. Not really secured just quite yet. It would be nice, though. I don't get to cast Rainer all that much. And seeing Rainer right now is a treat for me.
Yeah,
nice
same
treat
here.
for me.
I was actually surprised that when I first looked at the participants list for this tournament, I was actually surprised that he was on there because I don't usually see him in a lot of these online tournaments. So
Yeah, for sure. I agree. He is one of those guys that can kind of afford not to, right? Maybe he is taking into consideration that there's just not too many other tournaments happening. So maybe that's
I think
why.
I think she shares the same sentiment as Sero, because we know Sero he doesn't really like online online tournaments and events. He prefers LAN events. But with the situation that we're currently in, I think he might be they both might be forced to play a bit more online tournaments in the near future.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we actually have a sub coming in. Gel QQing. There we go.
Oh,
Thank you very much. That's very appreciated, of course. You'll be able to... you're number 22 right now. We don't have too many. We're working our way up there. But we're not there quite yet. Like some other of the biggest StarCraft 2 casting streams. Game 1 is coming up. Yes, we are almost done with the vetoes. It looks like it took them a little bit here to really get things started, but we have Nightshade as our first map. It looks like Simulacrum as our second, and the third one is whatever's left. So which one is that?
Zen.
Zen. There you go, Zen. That's a good map. I always do it like it's a little bit Terran favored overall, just because of all of the dead space around. But that could also benefit Mutalisk, of course. Jelqing. Thanks for the content, by the way. It's pronounced Jelking. Oh, alright. Jelking. Is that king as in king or Jelking? I don't know. Something like that. I hope I got close that time. Jelking. Alright. I'll try to remember. No promises.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to face Rogue here.
That's right. That's right. You had your practice, right? You had your breakfast as well today.
Of course.
Hope you ate your veggies. Snoopy as the second player right now. Snoopy versus Rogue. Yes, CynicalDeath is ready for it. I mean, that pretty much ensures Rogue will of course not advance here, but oh well. Jogging is a series of stretched to make your Dongregoo slightly bigger. Ah, alright. Alright. Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Very interesting. Did not know that. I'm still not completely convinced I know what it means, but I think I'm a little bit closer now. Thank you for that lovely explanation. More follows coming in as well, by the way. MG, Carrico, Jonathan, another Jonathan. Oh, is that how many Jonathan? I don't know. Did we not have another Jonathan just earlier? I don't know. Coming in with multiple accounts, maybe. Who knows? Xeno 1986, Freakerenzo, Inso, I don't know. Something like that. Sturban as well. Elsie, Kai Sende. Wait, I already said that one. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're caught up again. We're caught up again. Everybody had their little moment in the sun there. Oh, except for Judaso. Alright. Welcome in. Erdbeergnom as well. Man, you guys just love making it difficult for streamers, right? With your names.
I know, right?
Erdbeergnom. Yeah. Is that a gnome? Is it supposed to be gnome? You just run out of characters? Or was Erdbeergnom already taken and you just went with gnome? Or is it Nom? I don't know. One of those. It would be funny, right? If you went with Erdbeerg Gnome and then it was already taken and then you had to improvise and just, I'll just take away your letter. Just, oh well, something like that. Sorry guys, my imagination sometimes goes off the rails. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see here. Apparently the odds are not in favor for Rogue, but we're gonna have to wait and see how that is gonna go. Cure here, of course. I mean, he is a very tough opponent. It is an online cup, and a lot of people know how well Cure does in those online cups. So, already, I'd say that Rogue maybe not the ultimate favorite here, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Here we go, game number 1. There we are. There we are.
All right, here we go. Spawning at the top left, we have our blue Zerg player. He is Cure. Oh wait, did I say Zerg?
I think you said Kjörg.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Blue Terran. Blue Terran player.
Red Zerg here in the bottom right side. Jinair Green Wings, one of their finest. He is Rogue. Got some marvelous games earlier. I believe it was earlier this week. Actually, let me see when that was. I like looking up things. It was on May 15th. So, yeah, that's 5 days ago. Earlier this week. Pretty much. But then a little bit in the previous week, I guess. Depends on how you count your weeks, right? If you're still going by the old system of weekdays, right? From Monday to Sunday, then it is previous week. But if you go by, well, whatever, because it's quarantine anyway, you go by 7 days, which is earlier in this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for having my back there, Snoopy.
Of course, always have your back.
Nice.
Yep, that's what dogs do. We're man's best friend.
That's right. Anything interesting here that caught your eye so far?
Uh,
I think
Nothing
so, right?
much. It looks like a pretty much standard opening by both players. No cheeses or anything happening. But we do see a SCV that will go ahead and do a scout here. And I think this is going to be. I think sometimes Terran, it's good for Terrans to do this because we've seen many times where Zerg can go for an early pull and skirt the initial lings away across the map, but also avoiding the Reaper. And then you have a situation where the lings come and kind of delay your CC building and the natural while your Reapers across the map. So that SCV allows here to make sure that there's no early lings making his way across the map. And here we go. Reaper will go ahead and see how many drones he can get, or how many lings he can get here.
Wait and see. Alright, well, Rogue did go up to 6 lings here. Should be okay. His queens also coming in right now. Should save the day here. Overall, and other than that, still things looking pretty darn usual right now. Nothing crazy happening here. Kjør getting himself that reactor on the front porch for his factory. Runs to make the supporting Hellions for his Reaper here.
Yeah, we did actually see Rogue go for early drone move out to the third base, so he was able to get that and plot that down before the Reaper can deny it. So well done there by the Red Zerg.
Kjør is aware though that this did happen afterwards. He figured it out. Trying to get the denial on the creep zoomers here now. Mainly not really being able to do so. Rogue holding him back nicely so far. Looking pretty good. And oh, I think we're gonna have a Banshee follow up here as well for Kjør. Don't think I've ever seen a Raven being built out of that Tech Lab Starbolt right off the bat against a Zerg. Although, you know what, I say that, but maybe like in a faraway past, maybe people did do it because some people try to use it against creep, right? But then, that was more the experimental phase.
Yeah, I think it's more common in TVP with the Raven opening. Although I do remember there was a phase back in StarCraft where Ravens, the auto turrets are really strong. So even in TVZ, they were opening Ravens just to do mineral line harass with the auto turret. But that was like ages ago.
Yeah, it really was. There's so much history in StarCraft.
Yep.
Always makes me nostalgic. Anyway. Nice. I like this Evo chamber as well. He's kind of making a wall, making it more difficult for these Hellions to do a run by here. So I'm really liking Rogue's position so far.
Definitely a pretty interesting wall off. You usually see them wall off like near the natural, but this way, I guess it kind of protects the natural completely if he decides to do a complete wall off. But yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You usually just see them a little bit closer to that natural base, but I think this way you have to get closer with the Hellions to this left side, right, of the ramp. And that means the Queens have less area to have to walk in between, so for the third base to the natural base. So nice stuff there, honestly. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Alright, anyway, Rogue so far, he's just droning up like a madman. The Banshee, the first of its kind, actually already waiting there. Second one on the way too, so we'll be one-shotting those drones. We do have 7 Queens here. There are Spore Crawlers available already as well, so I wouldn't assume this is going to be dealing too much. But Queen's not completely in position. They are kind of still protecting their creep tumors there.
Oh, there's actually no lair done yet, so these Spore Crawlers are pretty much the only detection that Rogue has, and already 5 drones going down.
It's an unfortunate moment to try and move that Spore Crawler there. He's gonna lose 6 workers here so far. Looks like he's gonna lose a couple more. I'm a bit surprised he hasn't moved that Queen just yet to the bottom side here. To try and get rid of it. Okay, he's getting himself other Queens. Yeah, these 4 should be enough to kind of poke those away again. Keep them at bay. 9 workers, they did all bite the dust there. He's still ahead though. Still ahead with 12 workers so far. But with that third base for Q now also being established, we definitely did see quite a nice spike there in his income advantage here. With those drones kind of running away and scurrying about for a moment.
Yeah, could you imagine if this was on the new balance patch where Queen's range got decreased by 1? There'll be things like strategies like this would have been even better. Probably could have gotten like maybe 9 or 10 drones instead of the 7.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I think.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they still survived. So I don't know. It's interesting for sure.
And we do see a little bit of a poke here onto the 4th base. Now, the one thing about this 4th base here by Rogue is that a little rock would have made it really difficult for Rogue to engage. But luckily for him, he actually took that down earlier on. So this should be a bit more easier, but that's still a good, decent amount of forces on the high ground.
Trying to save a little bit of creep here. Of course, the more creep he has in this situation, it's going to be a lot easier to get rid of these kind of situations where there's just this foothold, right, for the Terran player right now.
Right.
Painting speed did complete. Gonna try to come in here. Zerglings immediately jumping on those siege tanks. The Banelings getting targeted down by the siege tank there.
Yeah, nice focus firing by the siege tank on those Banelings. He manual clicked it on the Banelings, so now he's got to remake more Banelings. 14 Banelings on the way as units from the Terran are streaming across the map.
Yeah, Rogue, he kind of got stuck there on 65 workers for a moment. It's a reasonable amount. He's committing here as well to some sort of an attempt to defend this place, but not really having the stuff he needs to. Only 34 army supply remaining. I think, yeah, losing those Banelings there definitely cost him quite dearly here. Cure already pre-splits. And I think these might be the final moments here for Rogue, unfortunately, on this map, as he just doesn't have enough to really hold this off for now. More reinforcements for Cure coming in as well. A lot of those circling stuck behind the Queens here. And yeah, this is not happening all that nicely for Rogue. He's in a lot of trouble. That base is definitely going to go down. I mean, Cure can just target it down with a siege tank if he wants to, and GG is called, yeah. Not really getting the engagement that he would have liked to get there. Especially with those siege tanks hitting the Banelings there. A little bit stuck, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also he didn't do a pre-spread, so he was kind of walking up with those Banelings on one ramp, so the siege tanks were able to kind of utilize their splash damage on those links and Banelings. So, and then after that, basically it was a snowball effect where there was just too much coming across the map for Rogue to deal with.
Yep, it was definitely a problem there. He also took quite a bit of damage due to the Banshees off-roll, so didn't have that much money anymore. It makes sense that he kind of tried to get rid of those siege tanks before more reinforcements showed up. It was just unfortunate that he didn't really have the creep there that he needed to anymore. He tried to kind of stop it from happening, but I think maybe the Baneling speed was a little bit too late as well, perhaps. So we saw a small patch of Marines quite capable of just squeezing away all those creep tumors there. All right.
Yeah, and you know, I would have loved actually if while Rogue was waiting for the Baneling speed to be done, if he could have just sent a couple, kind of a batch of units to take down the reinforcement that were streaming across the map. I think that would have been really nice. And then once the Baneling speed was done, he would have already had a batch of army on the top while he had his main army at the bottom and do a little bit of a flank. I think that would have been really nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Didn't happen quite yet in that situation, but maybe he's going to be more fortunate on this one. Simulacrum, second map right here. Cure versus Rogue. And honestly, having Raynor versus Cure would be a pretty cool matchup, actually. Thinking this through, trying to kind of come up with what is to come, of course, as well here. I wouldn't mind seeing Cure versus Raynor, actually.
Yeah, I mean TVZ is my personal favorite matchup to watch, so it would have
That's
been
right.
is good for me.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Frank and Terry moving across the map here, it looks like. Who knows what evil plan they have plotted for this innocent little blue Zerg in the bottom right side. This is Jin Air Green Wings Rogue.
And here at the top left, throwing down some stinky cheese. Will he be able to execute it? He is from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Cure.
Alright, well, let's wait and see what's going to happen here for these two players. Can Rogue still bring it back around, or will we have ourselves a 2-0 victory here for Cure, the master of overall online cups, of course. We're going to have to wait and see. Rogue trying, well, nothing special so far. Hasn't scouted those barracks, though. So it could be trouble, of course. They go for the hatch first into the extractor.
Oh man, that Overlord pathing is it's definitely not gonna scout it unless that SCV reveals itself, but looks like that Overlord is definitely gonna miss it.
Yeah, moving towards the middle now with that Overlord here. He is sending that other Overlord backwards, but it's actually a little bit perhaps too far away. Yeah, it's quite too far away. So now he's gonna not get this timing here with the Overlords, where he should have had one here above the entrance here. Which is a big deal. Now it's going to take a long time if he is going to pull the drones. That's exactly what he does. He's making a couple of Zerglings as well. He's making the Queens, but yeah, definitely needs to get quite a bit done here. Needs to get right on top of those Marines. Already 4 of them available, though. That is definitely a problem. Those drones.
Oh, that bunker actually gets up.
Wait, where are the drones going? They're trying to get around the Marines here. Alright, for a moment they went to the right side there. Waiting up for the Zerglings, I suppose. Okay, well, this is just too much damage. This 8 work's already going to get 9, actually. Yeah, it's just too much, isn't it? Are you going to recover here as Rogue?
Yeah, I mean, that was some nice micro there by Kira. Was able to focus fire on those drones instead of the Zergling. So, getting some nice, decent worker kills. And he's going to enjoy a 22-14 worker lead.
It's the command center, the second one for Cure here. With that nice lead. Not sending his barracks here over towards Rogue space. Something you see very often, right? Wanting to make sure if your Zerg opponent is going to do some sort of an all-in off the back of this. Because, you know, after taking that much damage, are you really just going to sit back comfortably, make drones? Is that what you're going to do? Not very often. Not very often, Snoopy.
Oh man, those 3 Marines actually take down the Overlord as well.
Yeesh.
So things get, worse. Becomes worse. The situation that Rogue is in, and now he's actually supply blocked. So yeah, things not going too well this early game.
Does manage to clean those up in the end. Kind of getting his workers back up there again with a reasonable count, but of course it took so incredibly long. Doesn't have that third base yet either. Only now, look at that, at the 4-minute 7-second mark, getting himself that speed upgrade. And his third command center gets thrown down as well here for Cure. Under the protection of some Hellion, well, a Hellion and Banshee play.
Yeah, and there's really nothing Rogue can do against this because, I mean, he was set behind in the early game. So Rogue or Carrot rather, he's gonna feel comfortable and safe enough to throw down that early third. Now this Zergling, the sneaky Zergling, will get in through and will be able to scout. So that's a good thing. He actually scouts the starport and the tech lab jiggling, so he knows that there is possibly Banshee on the way, as he scouts no fusion core or anything like that. Now let's see if Cure decides to cancel this and fake it out, or if he decides to finish this cloak researching.
We'll have to see how much that is still going to be able to get done, of course. The Sport Crawlers are going to get created here in time. Where is that first Banshee? There he is. Okay, so slowly moving across the map here. They attack now as well. Getting constructed.
Immediately 3 Spore Claws going down. As well as Lair. But this Banshee is just chilling next to the Overlord. They're just like...
Yeah, is he waiting for a second one, perhaps? Or is he waiting for this armory to finish up and then he's going to go in with Hellbats and the Banshee?
Yeah, looks like
the
it.
Case. I mean, I don't think Rogue really is anticipating anything of that kind. He is making more queens, but he's still heavily droning up here, so I don't think he's expecting anything that heavy on the aggression part here. He's making another Spore Crawler on that third base right now, and making a secondary Spore Crawler on his main base too. But we don't have any Banelings, we don't have any Roaches, we don't have anything else much to really hold back any sort of a timing attack here for the Zerg player. And that is definitely a big mistake, as there's just so many Hellbats right now coming in, trying to minimize the amount of Zerglings he sends in at a time to minimize the amount of AoE damage that takes place. This is definitely a lot of trouble. Needs to send the Queens after these Banshees now, as those Hellbats and a couple more Hellions now as well. Transforming into those Hellbats as well. Gonna be coming into the third base, and those Spore Crawlers on the wrong side of the fence here. A lot of drones going down. And only now we're seeing that Baneling Nest being constructed. That seems a bit slow, unfortunately. More Queens coming in here, trying to poke away at those at the Hellbats. Not quite targeting the low HP one there. It will be able to escape with a smidge of HP remaining. And still in the main base, more damage being dealt by the Banshee here. Ooh, it's so close. Come on, Queens!
Oh no, I think it's gonna safely get out. Oh wait, actually, no, never mind. It's just okay. It just stopped for a second there.
Should have had 10 range with those ones. Then they would have had him. Right, anyway, yeah, this might just be too much, right? This third base still taking damage here. The Banshee on the natural base. I think he expected the Banshee there to be able to shoot drones from that location. Just barely out of range, though, it seems. And, well, overall right now, I'm scared to look at it, but if we look at the income graph, how red do you think it's going to be?
Oh, very, very red. I mean, red as Christmas can be.
Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, okay, well, yep. That's a volcano right there, basically.
And Kier's not done. He's got another drop here at the main base. This time around, it's gonna be mixing with some Stim Marines.
So he's gonna send these Queens. He unburrowed his Spore Crawlers here, moving them a little bit farther forward. Interesting too. Anyway, yeah, losing more works here. This is not looking too good, guys. I'm not quite sure. This is a place where Rogue is going to be able to really recover from here. Yes, well, a couple of Lings trying to combat these Marines. I mean, how many workers died so far? Oh, it's just 29. Just 29.
It's a casual 29.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's fine, guys. What are we worried about, honestly, here? Another base, a fourth one actually on the way now for Cure as well. And
oh, actually, the Spore Crawler placement is might actually work out in favor of him. We'll be able to deny this drop here, but the Rio main force is here at the middle here.
You know what? Cure wisely just backs up, combines those forces with the rest of the force coming in here. It's going to be able to hide the movement as well a little bit longer, just by killing off this Overlord. Doesn't show those siege tanks right now. This is still a big force for Rogue, though. Should be able to clean this up as an okay creep spread, and this surround is looking absolutely amazing. Needs to come in here. Nice splitting on those links, and yeah, there we go. Immediately having to lift up. Rogue cleans house there. Alright, so kind of stabilizes for a second, but you know what, not really getting Baneling connections on those Marines, so they will be back later on. And that's kind of what you want to have happen right now, just cleaning up those attacks. You can't really afford them to save all the Marines here continuously back up and then come in with wave number 2. That's just twice as strong because they saved all the Marines, you know?
Oh, just
okay, that's
barely.
nice.
Barely see that queen there.
Did he get the queen?
Just barely. That queen is like at 30 life now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or 11 life, something like that.
Right, another base coming up here for Rogue. Will be going up to 5 bases. Is making the hive stack here as well. Trying to most likely get himself into a Ultralisk attack here. He finally did manage to get +1/+1 as well, but of course +2/+2 here for Cure is already on the way. It's almost about to finish up, and it's lining up very nicely with the next push right now. That instead of siege tanks has a couple of widow mines here that even have drilling claws, so that is gonna be trouble. That is gonna be trouble deluxe for our rogue player here.
I'm a little bit scared that Kira is kind of relying on Marine and Widowmine. There's no tanks mixing with this.
I think so it's fine. Versus just circling Baneling, you should do okay as long as you control your Marines properly. This is a good way to do it, I'd say. Look at that, lovely stuff there. Just a little bit too close with that final Baneling, but other than that, trades very favorably here, right?
Yeah, he's even got a drop at the north side while attacking the south side as well. So he's stretching Rogue top and bottom. It's gonna be up to him to. Oh man, that's just almost lost all his links there. But Kier is inching forward and might actually take down this hatchery that is currently at really low life. The Baneling reinforcement will possibly save the. The rest of the links should be able to clean this up.
Well, the Ultralisk Cavern is on the way right now, but I mean, it's been rolling into Cure's favor for so long now. Look at what is coming across the map here. He's just getting everything together. He's getting himself a 5th base as well. Everything has been looking up in favor for Cure here for a while now, and I mean, Rogue trying to come back here and there, making some nice moves, but not really being able to get it quite into his favor anymore. And,
I think Rogue is trying to buy some time to bring out his trump card, which is the Ultralisk. But I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough time to build up a significant Ultralisk force to be able to take on this army of Kier. I mean, he is enjoying a 123 army supply versus the 50 of Rogue.
Yeah, with these widow mines as well, about to burrow very quickly. Ooh, you know, some friendly fire there, but not enough so far for Rogue to really come back here. And look at the Marauder count as well, right? I mean, even if you do get yourself those Ultralisk out now, I don't think it's going to matter too much. More Banelings rolling in here. I'm not quite sure why he would try to roll in there anymore, as he was already, of course. He lost the base already. Maybe he just wants to rebuild it as quickly as possible. There is a counter-attack of some Zerglings here. There's already a planetary fortress there, so not really getting anything done either. And GG is called. Rogue losing one more time here, and yeah, Cure getting himself a 2-0 victory.
Well done there, and now it looks like Cure will advance to the winners versus winners match to face against Rainer. Was it Rainer? I think Rainer was the one that won, right? Yeah, Rainer. So it looks like it's not over yet though for Rogue, as he will play in the losers versus losers match against Zest to see if he can keep his tournament hopes alive.
All right, so we'll have to get ourselves another video going, of course, guys. We do have a Matcherino page that we need to talk about, of course. Matcherino page, it's a free way to get more money into esports. I don't know where it comes from. I think it's you know what, people say money doesn't grow on trees. Well, it does grow on Matcherino, so there you go. It's a nice place where we can get ourselves more money into StarCraft 2, and always nice, of course, to get more money into the pockets of StarCraft 2 players. So go check them out, guys. fill in those codes. If you don't know where that is, type exclamation mark Metrino in the chat, and that should get you there. You will have the code available too. And you know what else is there actually? I'm gonna just show you guys real quick, as we need to wait for the videos anyway, right? Here we go. Here we go. Also, guys, thank you so much for all those follows we're getting. I'm gonna go to you guys in a moment. Anyway, so this is the tournament we're watching right now. It's a 7-day tournament, Group A right here. We've seen yesterday. Today, Group number 2, Group B. It's called, and Group C and D still gonna be taking place as well. You kind of see the players that will be taking part in that one too. We have Clem, Scarlet, and Time, some of the foreigners here that are pretty exciting to watch. But also, of course, we still have a lot of Koreans on the way here. Dream, Zone, Innovation, Stats, and Sue. All heavy hitters that we are gonna be looking forward to seeing play, of course, at a later point. On the May 23rd and May 24th. Then pretty soon afterwards, followed on May 26th, May 27th, group stage number 2. We will have ourselves some more matches. Whoever manages to move onwards here will be taking place in that second group stage. And afterwards, of course, those playoffs as well. I summoned Pot of Greed saying that Scarlet could actually move out of that group, and I agree. I mean, let me quickly show you some other tournament that's happening now as well, right? This is the other tournament that is running now as well. It already entered into the second group stage. Don't get confused. This is a whole different one. But yeah, there we have Scarlet as well. Scarlet beating, let's take a look, Bunny, and beating, what was it again? Who else? Sue. Yeah, there we go. Scarlet beating Sue and Bunny, so very nice stuff. Definitely should be able to take these guys on as well. Anyway, all those replays of all those days together are available right over here for $10. And you will be able to get a great look at everything that's happening there. Yeah, and of course this is also where you do the coupon code. Let me see, I think it's AX CynicalDeath, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, just do that, sign in to contribute, and that should give you the option to add 50 cents for free to this tournament. Oh, it's used up. Wait, or I used it already, maybe. Let me check that. Let me recheck that. I don't wanna call out that it's already used up. I already used it. Okay, so yeah, it's still available, guys. Make sure to use it. It's still available. I was the guy that already did it. All right, so. Anyway, let's take a look at the videos that are happening right now as well. Are we seeing stuff? Cure going off with Golden.
Yep, I think that's the first video, I believe.
Yep.
Which is no surprise. I mean, I feel like Golden Wall and Purity and the Purity map is the two least favorite. I feel like.
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, I'd say, you know what? I've heard some pro Terrans say that Golden is playable. It's definitely playable. It can be a bit memey, right? Some weird stuff can happen, but it's definitely playable. But then again, why would you try to bet your put your bet on something like that, where just weird stuff can happen, right? Just because you didn't see something on the other side of the map where it's just difficult to get to. You didn't see it happen, right? Maybe some Nidus with some weird play. I don't know. Somebody mining out some minerals and suddenly, oh, there's Zerglings everywhere now, you know? Something like that. It's very likely to happen in one of those maps.
Well, to be honest, any map with a gold mineral, I think just is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Not to say that gold minerals are weird, but the idea that someone could mine or get a good, significant, decent advantage from it makes sense for some weird games, and also people will be expanding to weird places over the map. So yeah.
Second one saying that we should do all our news on the Facebook page.
Oh boy.
I don't really use my own Facebook anymore, so I'm not quite sure. I'm not keeping up to date with that one. But that could be an idea. I'm not sure. Do people still use Facebook? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's
Tagged
actually still a
ones?
thing.
It
Although
is?
it's,
Alright.
it's actually been a while since we posted anything in our Facebook page.
I see.
It
I
was,
see.
yeah, I think it was mainly run by our previous officer, who's not an officer anymore. So,
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. What's
but hey, if you follow our Twitter page, you can get all the updates on our feature events and stuff. So, make sure to follow us there.
We're not being promoted by Twitter. Don't worry about it, guys. But so where we're at. Also, I just want to thank some people again. Let me take a look at where I was left off. I think Oswald Forward, David A9, Holmace, 1112, Eclice, Isom and Pot of Greed, Deathwing SC2, and Wushu. Thank you for those follows, everybody. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying the great plays of the StarCraft 2. Playing StarCraft 2. Being watched by not as great StarCraft 2 enthusiasts, but still very enthusiastic about the game. Casters, right? That's right.
By the way,
yeah, that's right.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. It's just Tact One saying consistency is good, and that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, what you want to say? What did you want to say?
I was just gonna say, if I summon Pot of Greed, if you're still in the chat, let me know if that's a reference to Yu-Gi-Oh, because I feel like that was a Yu-Gi-Oh card right there.
It must be, right? There's no other way. How could it not be? Honestly, in what other universe would you be able to summon a Pot of Greed, right? No, it's a different Pot of Greed. Ah, all right. You see?
Ah, okay.
Kappa.
All right. Well, he had a Kappa face. So I'm not sure if he's serious right there.
Everything is thrown out of the window now. We just don't know anymore. What kind of... Well... It could still be talking about the other pots, right? So... Who knows? Who knows?
Other pots. Quote.
Hey! GG! Sorry guys, we forgot to alt-tap, but... apparently the game was... No.
Oh, okay. So it looks like it's confirmed. Yes, it is a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Nice.
Alright, so this means... what was the message there? I didn't see it. It must have been like a wrong race or something.
Wrong server, he said.
Wrong server. Oh, okay. Okay. Not sure what server we were on, but we'll have to wait and see. It should be Central America here. Right bang in the middle, making it equal for both the Korean and the European party involved. Other than that, you know what? You played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh at the same time. Yeah, at the time. Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, you feel ashamed of playing Yu-Gi-Oh? What's wrong with you, Cynical?
Yeah, don't be ashamed. I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in my junior high school and high school days, so no shame.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it's, there's still a lot of people playing Hearthstone, there's still a lot of people playing Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh kind of falling out of fashion. It's still being played, though, by people. I don't know if it's actually all that competitively being played, but hey. You were, like, over 20 years old, though. That's, I mean, I don't see that is, You're as old as you think you are, Cynical, you know? You're as old as you're internet person, alright? Anyway, bottom right side, there we have him, the red Zerg player. Probably, you know what, at the age where he should be playing some Yu-Gi-Oh now. He is the one and only Rainer.
And spawning at the top left, we have our blue Terran player from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Cure.
Oh,
so,
no. Oh my. Oh, get closer. How?
Oh.
What? No. No way.
Oh, man.
Look.
Oh, man.
I think this edge of barracks actually extends into the place where it got scouted. That is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous. Okay, he's gonna see
Okay.
it now.
Yeah, now he's
It's so much later though. Imagine if he was already nibbling away at that SCV right here. Ay, 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 ay. You must have seen that previous game as well, right? Where did he put it the previous game? Where did we, wasn't it like over here somewhere outside of the outside
Yeah,
of
it was
this
like next to the
base?
ramp. Yeah, next to the ramp and rock area.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
But
Well,
that,
they're both
but
done.
actually that game, Rogue did scout it way later than Rainer, so I think Rainer's still okay. He's already got his drones there and getting. Oh, nice catch! Oh, almost.
Rates around there. Well, almost gets the Marine actually. That Marine's not going to be able to get anything done anymore, right? 2 shots. That's nice. That's very nice. Rainer needs to get a surround on this other Marine as well. Gets it!
Oh.
No problem. Alright, one more Marine coming out pretty soon here. Actually, the full
no.
cancel. There it is. It's pretty nice. Only losing 1 worker there, of course. Ghost Drone's still waiting here now on the other side of the map. He's not doing that much mining, is he? It's
Yeah, I
still a
would
little
send
bit
it
of a
back.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah, finally.
he's scanning circlings now, so it should be okay. Cancelling those Marines as well right now. It's kind of fun. I really don't think Cure in any universe really was thinking about still making those Marines. But just seeing those barracks producing, it kind of put Rainer in a mindset as like, alright, do I still need to keep these drones here? Are you still doing this? You know? Do I still need to kill off more or catch some of those Marines? Yeah, nice little mind game there from Cure. Again, we're not seeing Cure using one of these barracks as a scouting mechanism, right? So again, he's not really going to know whether or not Rainer's just going to go for a massive counterattack, or if Rainer's going to go for some macro build.
Yeah, you definitely want to scout that, and he's definitely want to save all his energy on meals instead of a scan. So it's going to be up to him to kind of anticipate what Rainer is going for. At this point, what is Rainer going for? He's looking like he's going to go expand to his third base, and we'll go ahead and play out this macro game.
Yeah. Definitely seems that way. I think Cure's doing pretty good as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my god, a fusion core. Alright, well, I wanted to say I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a 3rd command center, but instead just goes straight into something completely different here. Oh, this Overlord should get the scout.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to scout everything.
Oh, 1 Hellion in the natural base, though. Against a single drone. A little bit more mining tonight here for our Red Zerg. Again, we're going to see a big blue spike dropping down into that Incon Gravel. Loop back at it at later points. Okay, he does get the full scout. Could still cancel the fusion core, I suppose, but I mean, it's a fusion core. What could go wrong, right? Even when it does get scouted. Battle cruisers, always a great thing.
Yeah, I feel like this battle cruiser meta was so popular last year. It's kind of fallen out of the meta as Zergs has kind of figured out how to defend it. They either make a lot of queens or they go for a really early spire. And it looks like Rainer is just going to mass up some queens, as I don't see a lair on the way, so definitely not going to get that spire anytime soon.
Yep.
And as long as he keeps defending with the queens, I think he should be fine.
Yeah, he shouldn't know the timing here, right? He saw the exact moments when that whatchamacallit fusion core was about to be done, right? So he knows the exact timing of it. He knows that there's well, it's gonna take a while before any type of battle cruiser is gonna be appearing here. And look at the catch on these Hellions actually with those links. Some lovely micro here from the Italian man. Holy moly. Alright, that was juicy. Okay, so yeah, now starting up those spools.
Yep.
Is that what you was gonna say? Did I just... I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's okay. I just want to say, it was really nice because those are actually slowlings. So catching 4 Hellions with slowlings, that's pretty... You know, I think Rainer would take that any time of the day. But yeah, it looks like he is... Oh, actually the first battle cruiser.
There's a gap in the wall. Sorry. Just getting in there, right? Those SCV's like, oh no! Chase him down! So a little bit of missed mining there as well now for Cure. The first battle cruiser completely gets thwarted, it looks like as well. And a single kill on it, and I think that's a drone, right? I'm sure it is, yeah. It's another queen here, that's nice. It's actually a problem with getting this triangular shaped base pattern, right? Maybe a little bit of a miscalculation from Rainer here. Now his queens are going to have a rough time moving back and forth between the third and the main base. In comparison, the battlecruiser not really having that difficulty, right? Very easy for him to go back and forth.
Yep, should be able to move. Oh, looks like this queen is trying to intercept it, but there are some dead space here that he can retreat to.
Yeah. Will get himself to safety here. Just a little lack of creep. Would have been able to get that one. Otherwise, I would assume, or at least keep the battlecruiser here in this bottom place until it's forced to teleport out of there. Drop coming in now as well. Looks like 2 Hellions and a bunch of Marines coming in as this third base for Cure is going to be secured. He did transition into bio play. Well, I say transition, but usually what you do have after the battlecruisers, of course, will be a mech play. I think only Innovation, really, I see do a lot of bio play after battlecruisers, but you know what? I think I can add Cure now to that list as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty flexible build, so you can go transition to bio or mech, but it looks like Kyo decided to go for a bio here, and let's see if we can just snip off this hatchery. It looks like with these queens, he should be able to thwart this off. Oh, but there are some counter links trying to get some damage done at the third base, but wasn't able to, as there was a tank there as well as some Marines, so well defended.
It was a crazy good trade though for Cure as well, wasn't it, at that full space. Looking at the units lost tab overall, 50 Lings in total dying here. Only 2 Marines though in that exchange, I'd say. So very nice. It kind of comes down to as well the bailing speed not quite being ready. Also there not being any creep spread into this direction, right? The same going for, again, this third base doesn't have any creep spread still towards the bottom side. So Cure definitely doing a good job at denying the creep on those locations here for now. And we'll give him a little bit of a platform to jump in here. Rainer remarkably going in on that little group of units there without still having that bailing speed. It's a crucial upgrade, and a lot of people like to get it a lot earlier than Rainer did right now. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if this is, you know what, enough damage stacking up here, being dished out from Cure.
Oh, this battlecruiser, although might get snipped off and just barely zoomed out. But the majority of Cure's army is actually at its top side. 2 tanks, nicely sieged and tucked away, although they're kind of tucked in way too close together. I think some bailings might actually splash on that. And yeah, it looks like Rainer's setting up a little flank. And see, here we go. Yep, bailings rolling in.
No Zerglings though near those siege tanks. They're not really going to be able to clean those up. And the final shots of those siege tanks, absolutely massive. The Hydras, of course, not with that engagement. Would have been nice to have them, but they are still busy chasing down the battlecruiser. And now it looks like Cure will be able to jump right on top of that hatchery. The siege tank still available, as well as a place where those Marines can run back towards. You know, it needs to be careful, of course. Nice targeting on those banings. The siege tank's actually gonna go for the, yeah, there you go. Let's retarget some of those banings. The most valuable of targets, of course, right now available. And, a big difference between the game of Cure and Rogue that we saw is that the upgrades, right? Right now, we have Rainer kind of keeping up with the upgrades. He is getting +2 melee, getting that +2 carapace as well. The melee upgrade for Zerg is absolutely incredibly important. We didn't really see Rogue getting that one in the previous game, did we? He mostly kind of tried to... wait, did he just blow up banings on top of those rocks?
he blew up a few of them. Of a mismicro there, but it's alright. Looks like Kier is gonna come in with a second wave. Now the last one was really efficient for Kier. I think if he can get another efficient trade, that he should be satisfied. But this base here, this hatchery, already at half life, is looking to be possibly taken down here.
Yeah, we're gonna need to have quite a good engagement here for Rainer to keep this one alive, and I don't think he's gonna get it. Gonna retreat with all those drones. He's already building a base at this 6 o'clock as a replacement. So wisely backs up. This is a great place for those siege tanks to be, honestly, and very tough situation for the Zerg, of course, to hold this back. Nice targeting on one of those manufacts. Does get it to go down. But yeah, of course, it's not a good situation, economically speaking, here for Raynor anymore. Losing that base, you can clearly see in the income graph that it's definitely switched into the favor of Cure here. Now, you know what, with that, I mentioned it before, there's not a lot of creep being spread towards this other base as well, right, on the 6 o'clock. And I feel like that's going to mean that it's another place very easily abusable for those Marines, for those siege tanks. And if Cure does rotate around, you should be able to kind of get some great engagements going there as well. As we just don't have any creep anywhere in this vicinity.
Yeah, Kier's been doing a really nice job of keeping the creep back. And it looks like he's thinking the same thing as you were thinking. He is sending one group of army down to the bottom. Wow, attacking at the top side. Oh my god, that hatchery is dead immediately. Just a second as it was thrown down, but here we go. Double prong attack commencing as we speak.
We do have Vipers on the way, but they are desperately needed here to keep those siege tanks at bay. But you know what, with the attacks coming in, alright, Baneling's committing to the bottom left side. Getting okay connections, but there's just too much bio here. Split went amazing, but there's just not enough Baneling here. There's not enough Zerg overall. Right, Zerglings with the Vipers might be able to clean up the top, but at the same time, he's gonna lose another base here. Yeah, this is no good for our Italian stallion here whatsoever. I think Cure is gonna be able to take this one relatively soon here. Unless if Raynor really comes up with a master stroke somehow, some way, cleans up everything here, and then deals a ton of counter damage. But it is a very, very tough ask here.
Yeah, I think he should be able to clean up the rest, but that is already critical damage that has been dealt out by Cure. And now Raynor is just sitting on basically 2.5 bases as the main and the naturals almost mined out. Wow, look at Kier's side of the map. He's mining happily off of 4 and potentially 5 bases soon.
Alright, here we go again in the middle of the map. There's a lot of too much Terran, and that's gonna be it. GG is called.
GG.
Yeah, Cure takes game number 1.
Yeah. And it's pretty impressive considering the early game, because he got scattered by with the 2 racks. The good thing is that he didn't commit too much to it, so even though it got scouted and got countered, it didn't cost him too much, especially since Raynor pulled a lot of drones and didn't retreat them as soon as he could have. So I think in the end, I think Cure kind of inched a little bit of advantage just because of the mining time lost by the Zerg.
Right. I'm hearing some people talk about the stream lagging. I'm not seeing any lag taking place on my end. So I don't know. Guys. I'm not sure if everybody's experiencing the same. Is anyone not experiencing lag? That would be nice. The stream is fine? Okay. Thank you, Purple Skittles. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where that lag is coming from for you. But yeah, on my screen it looks pretty darn good on my side here. Not having any yeah, your stream quality is good. It has a green check mark there, guys. So I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Game number 2. Nightshade. That was quick, wasn't it? Jeez Louise. Just kind of talking about something and then it's just already alright. We're starting. We're loading up. Go.
Yeah. Pierre doing a really good job adminning.
Yeah. Wait, Cure was the admin here?
Pierre. Pearl.
Okay. Also, thank you for the follows there, guys. Grum Down, Apple G 72, Bob Guy 0, Yuki Maru, Whoosh J. Thank you so much. Actually, wow. Welcome to the viewing party. Welcome to the StarCraft 2 and Alpha X SC2. There we go. Here is in the bottom right side our Italian. And we almost thought he was going to be able to move out first. But of course, you know what? His opponent is one hell of a tough cookie. He held that proxy Rex on the previous match pretty darn nicely. Maybe he stayed on the barracks there with his drones just a little bit too long. But other than that, not really taking any drone damage. Anyway, without further ado, he is the Italian. He's the Blue Zerg. He is Q-Lash's Rainer. Clash. Q-Lash. The Q-Lash. I don't know. It sounds like Goulash, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
But then with a
All
Q.
right, and here, yeah, with the Q is a C H. But anyhow, here at the top left is the Korean Terran player, living by the motto: if at first you don't succeed, try again. It is Cure.
Right, and for those guys that are not paying attention, we do have 2 racks here in the middle of the map, and we have a pool first. So I'm not quite sure if I need to explain to any regular watcher of the StarCraft 2 what that really means.
That just means that the Terran likes to set up shop at a very different place than his own home here. But this Overlord will scout the SCV and the Marine. Let's see if the... Yeah, it looks like Rainer... Oh, Rainer is actually taking both gas. So he might actually go for a Roach counter push after this.
Interesting. He's even bringing some drones here.
Oh, no. Okay, no. He actually made the gas to free up some supply to make some additional Zerglings. But here we go. It looks like the chase is happening.
Coming on through, trying to hunt down those Marines, not wanting to let Cure get to the crucial amount here. A lot of Zerglings already kind of falling. Doesn't really get the surround that he would like to, but you know what? He kills off the SCV so far. And now he needs to get those drones back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Killing off most of the Marines as well. And this should be held fairly nicely. Not much that can go wrong anymore here for Rainer now. He is still 4 workers behind though, so that is still a potential threat. But with these Zerglings available right now, and really no production at all here for Cure on the other side of the map, those links should be able to kind of contain Cure here for at least a while, right? So, yeah, the command center needs to be thrown up onto that high ground. It needs to wait for that Hellion here. Pyko asking us why would he go for pool first. Pool first is actually quite a common strategy for the Zergs recently. First and foremost, it keeps you safe for the proxy 2 racks, right? We've seen Cure now, I believe, twice going for that proxy 2 racks across the map here. Once against him, and once against the his other opponent, Rogue. Now, on this one, he did do it again, so it was a good call in that sense. But also, these links, they keep the Reaper on the other side of the map, stops him from scouting, stops him from gaining the intel that he wants to, and well, if you're Terran as well, right? Even if he doesn't make those proxy barracks, it's very likely for them to have the command center on the low ground, and you might be able to get yourself a little bit of a denial there if your links go unscouted by that Reaper, and then you're going to be able to stop the Terran from building that command center as quickly as he would like to. Right. Now Rainer keeping tabs completely on absolutely everything that's happening here. Sees the double gas, sees the starports without any add-on right now. Can't even click on it. There you go. Sees it's going to be attack lab added on. Sees the timing of that second base. So he's completely in the know right now. On the other side of the map, Rainer, what is he doing? What is he doing, Snoopy?
He's just researching link speed here. And also getting his third base. Starting to actually get the creep spread rolling. We saw in last game the creep spread was not as good. So this time around, looking to kind of fix that and start spreading towards the middle side as well as the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, we're not seeing Rainer being a big fan of getting himself a very quick layer, right? Personally, I'm a big fan of getting the baneling speed as quickly as possible. Like, as soon as I have the baneling nest available, I kind of want to get that so you're pretty much secured against any early on timing. It might have to do something with the filled proxy racks though as well, right? Because you don't need it as quickly.
Yeah, with the proxy, if you defend the proxy racks, you know that the Terran is kind of lagging behind a bit on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
So it allows you to kind of drone up, delay the layer a bit, and you should be fine in all scenarios. and looks like, yeah, he just started his lair, and I expect that he will start getting his gases up and running soon as well.
And he goes with a Cure is coming in with a lot of those signs. The Lynx are going to be able to block the retreat, though. Very nicely done here for Reynor. Look at that. He's really good with these Lynx, isn't he? He's
Oh, nice.
Only losing full workers there. A Viking still roaming around as well, trying to clean up the Overlords. Wants to make it easier, I suppose, for his drops eventually to be taking place here. But yeah, other than that, of course, I was kind of interested in seeing the Hellbat attack once again here, followed up from that 2-Rax. That seems very cool to me, because as you can kind of see, right, I'm not sure how common this is, but it does kind of seem to me that Zergs won't get their Baneling speed as quickly, right, or even the Baneling nest as quickly when there was a failed proxy 2-Rax, because any type of follow-up from a siege tank push and stuff like this is going to be much delayed. Now, you can still make those Hellions very quickly, and an armory, you know what, you can make that very quickly still as well. You don't really need those barracks there to produce. So, I don't know, yeah, I thought that was a really cool maneuver. Maybe he didn't do it because he already did it once today. Doesn't want to overdo it, right? That could be the case,
yep.
But it's definitely some really cool build, actually, that I'm gonna want to try out myself at some point.
Well, we do see that the centrifugal hook are halfway done. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Reynor goes for the quick Ultralist that he tried to attempt before, or if he decides to go for Hydralist like he did last game. There's so many scenarios or so many kind of tech paths that Reynor can go through, but I think he just wants to scout to see what army composition Cure has before deciding to do so. And here it looks like Cure is looking to attack at this third base of the Zerg.
Yeah, setting up shop. Gonna wait for that creep to reside a little bit here. Zergling's already rotating around, setting up a flank. And this should, you know, be... Oh, actually, gonna go for a counter-attack here. Trying to get right on top of some... okay, sees that's maybe a bit too much still. So goes back around. Needs to be careful. Yes, he's still there. It's like he said 2 places at once. It's crazy. It's not alright. Comes in here. Should have more than enough now to clean this up. The siege tank's gonna fall for being able to do too much. And yeah, respreading that creep immediately. Very important.
Yeah, already I like how Reynor kind of engaged that. It was kind of a little similar to earlier on when the Cure was facing against Rogue. The difference is that Rogue actually went attack at one direction, while Reynor sent a few forces to, again, take out some of the reinforcement and then come out with a flank afterward. And oh my god, look at those Baneling hits. Gonna go ahead and roll into this third base of the Terran. There's so many SCPs. Okay, and GG. There we go. That's pretty much over.
It definitely is, yeah. I mean, Reynor not really taking any damage in that early part of the game there, right? Very nice early scout. He kind of, well, a little bit of a build order win perhaps in that earlier parts with getting himself the spawning pool first. Of course, afterwards, yeah, Q just not really having a great follow-up. Somebody asking if Cure is laggy. He shouldn't be more laggy than Reynor. We're playing on US Central, which is in the middle, so it's about the same. It should be about the same for both of these players.
Yeah, ideally the ping should be relatively similar on both players. We try to make sure that the ping advantage is balanced for both players. So hopefully it's all right. But I just think that Reynor just had a better defense compared to the one on similar Chrome, where he did scout the proxy, and then he did pull the drones, but this time around he actually sent his drones back a lot earlier. And so I think that was just a better hold for Reynor compared to the one he did on similar Chrome.
Yeah. Kind of interested to see if Kyo's gonna go for the proxy 2 racks here again. We'll have 3 maps to compare with one another, you know? Well, in total. Actually 4, right? Was it 4? Is this gonna be the 4th time he proxy 2 racks?
It's either the third or fourth, yeah.
Yeah, it would be the 4th. That's nuts. That's nuts. How many games have we even seen from him so far? It's like 3. Right? Alright, anyway. No. Actually, this would be the 4th, so. Anyway. I just had a look, guys. For me, US Central is about 96 ping. So I'm assuming Rainer is about the same. Might have a little bit more. But yeah. It's probably around... I'm not quite sure, actually. It's hard to say how much is really there for the Koreans, but I think it is around the same amount. I'll have to wait and see. In Japan, Pearl is getting 97. So yeah, I think, honestly, both these players getting around 100 ping.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player. He is not proxy 2 raxing this time. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, he is a Cure. Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
And spawning at the bottom left. Doing a really diligent job scouting around with that nice Dora the Explorer drone. It is from Team Clash, or Clash, however you like to call it. It is Rainer.
Alright. And here we have it. Another command center being thrown down for Cure. It's just a casual opening, actually. The most standard of standard. Going for that Reaper expand. Reaper will be going in for the Scout.
Yeah, I think it's a little kind of a little nice meta change or mind game change, where the first 2 games, you kind of proxy, get your opponent kind of amped up, and then you see the little change here where he didn't proxy, and it forced Rainer to send out that early drone to scout, which delays one drone from mining. So it's a nice little change up here, and I like it.
Yeah, for sure. And you did see that Rainer actually was looking around pretty much everywhere as well, right? Just thinking like, most likely I will get proxied again here. That's not the case so far. Reaper getting himself a kill on that Ling as well. Might be able to get a second one. Oh, I like this creep tumor on the high ground, actually. He's going to be able to spread some creep around that area before the Reaper even really realizes. This one is going to be able to, of course, then spread lower to that low ground as well. Nice position
now,
for those Lings.
Oh, yeah. Looks like we'll be able to go out safely. Now, there was a balance kind of update this morning. And they did say that the creep tumor, there was a additional light damage added to the creep tumor, so it makes it easier for Terrans to snipe it, I believe. Because, a Reaper and Hellions do additional damage to light units. So it says that, I think in the notes it said that it makes it easier to snipe it, but that Zerg players has done nicely to defend the creep tumor in the early game. So it shouldn't be too drastic, but it does help out, or it does favor the Terran a bit.
Yeah, it's not gonna favor the Zerg. That's pretty much for sure. Because most of the creep denial is, of course, with those Hellions, as you said, and they will be the great benefiter. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how much of an influence that is gonna be, of course. How Zergs are gonna have to react differently to certain things, right? They're gonna have to take this into account. And, oh well. You know, well, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's kind of an interesting one because most of the complaints as well for creep, as far as I've kind of heard about them, is that it's especially late game, right, where it gets really difficult because the creep gets everywhere. It just gets absolutely everywhere. And in late game, you don't really necessarily have that many Hellions anymore necessarily anyway, unless if you're going mech. This is actually quite a big attack coming in here. Ooh, 5 works so far. Also mining being denied at that natural base of a Liberator. You're doing some good stuff here. That Queen though still in range. Ridiculous. Another thing in the patch that's it will fix for us, guys. Don't worry about it. Other Terran players.
Oh, these Hellions gotta be careful not to get surrounded. A lot of them actually going down. It's a little nice catch there by Rainer. Let's see how many drones went down. 5 total workers have gone down for the Zerg, so not too shabby. And yeah, it looks like with the Hellions pushback, he should be able to start droning back up, as well as continue the creep spread. And like you said, this creep is a lot better compared to the previous game, spreading like wildfire. But oh, these Hellions actually skimps through. We'll get additional drone kills for a total of 6 additional ones. So nice.
Yeah.
What's done?
Lovely stuff so far. Actually, another Liberator. He's just non-stop harassing Rainer here. More mining tonight. I want to see this income grab, actually. Yeah, that is... that's some blue stalactites right now. It's rough. Not even moving away for that Queen. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here, and you're not going to be able to mine for a while. Tough luck, buddy. Tough luck. I like that.
It's like... Yeah, same here. And this aggression is not stopping anytime soon, as Kier's got 2 medevacs of Marines making his way across the map. Some of these links actually across on Kier's side of the map. So they might actually have to retreat here. Oh boy, this can turn ugly. Oh man, my goodness.
Well, Rainer definitely seeming to fall apart here a little bit. He's gonna lose that spawning pool. Needs to remake that as quickly as possible. Tries to get 20 more links out as he is losing that, of course, here. Yeah, Cure is gonna be able to pick up and leave, though.
It's kind of a shame because the early game it did look really good for Rainer. But just a few mistakes here and there. He the drone losses went from 5 to 11.
Yep.
And now it's losing spawning pool as well as the gas. I mean, it's not game ending, but it does set Rainer a bit back.
What I think was also a really big deal here was those first initial Hellions. They didn't really get a lot of drone kills, but they got like 20 links. Actually, like he lost four Hellions for like 20 links, and I think that may have been too many here for Rainer to really lose. And then that kind of created that opening for the other Hellions to come in, right? Because then he started droning up, and then he just didn't have enough to really hold back that second wave. And then the Liberators came in, and it's just been stacking up non-stop right now with this aggression. And yeah, I mean, Rainer's just gonna have to find himself some breathing room. He's not been able to find any type of Ling run by or anything of that sort on the other side for the map for himself. He was trying to make a 3rd base there. Did you see that? Or I mean a 4th, or actually a 5th already, never mind. But that was not the right time to do that.
Oh man, another drop here at the top side. He's preoccupied with the bottom attack as the tanks are still there, but losing additional more drones.
Look out, drones!
This is gonna be... Oh!
Okay. Right. Yeah, you know, it's still okay-ish here for Rainer. I think it's still playable. He's definitely behind right now, but it's definitely still playable. He's mostly behind in army supply, but a good Baneling connection could definitely switch that up very quickly. But then again, I mean, he's playing against Kyo, one of those players that you don't really expect to make any type of micro mistake, regardless of ping or anything of that sort.
Yeah, I think the upgrades are helping him kind of hold on. But there's a huge ball of Terran army here at the top. 3 tanks. Now let's see how many banelings does he has. He has currently 11. Oh, that's not a lot.
Actually, yeah, it took Cure a long time to get that +1 armor, didn't it? Also a +2 attack now. Kind of on the way, but that could be a big deal here indeed. Okay, Zergling's getting on top of those siege tanks. It looks like he will be able to clean this up relatively convincingly.
Yeah, those frontline banelings does get some nice connection there. When we'll be able to push this back and possibly get on top of this third base of the Terran.
Alright, another drop at this potential 5th base. Once again, it looks like it might get denied here. How many times? Man, the drones being sent out to try and make one of these hatcheries here. They gotta know now, right? That's pretty much a death sentence. At least this one kind of survives here for a little bit longer. Already on half
Yeah.
HP.
You know what? Raynor cleaned up the drop at the top, cleaned up the one at the bottom. I think Raynor is kind of swinging this game around.
Essentially, yeah. He's definitely making the right moves. Keeping the base alive also a very big deal, I'd say. One of the problems I do suspect that we might come to see pretty soon is once again his creep spread, right? It's not really all that fantastic. Oh, a Widowmine there as well, getting a pretty good connection. But yeah, towards the top side here, we don't have any creep spread. Towards this side base over here, you know what, near his main base, no creep spread there to the right side either, right? We have a little bit of creep spread towards the middle, but that's about it. That's all we have. That becomes so abusable for Cure right now. Look at that. Look at how long it takes for Raynor to actually realize this attack of Marines is coming in here through the top side. He doesn't have an Overlord there. He doesn't have creep there. And now there's just a ton of Marines just right on top of those drones pretty much already. And immediately all of them are going to be able to get gunned down here. And only now the response coming in. Almost actually. He is going to get that hatch. Oh my dear lord. Look at that. And that's just like 2 or 3 seconds too late with those other banelings to come in. Otherwise, he may have been able to save that.
Yeah, maybe even a spotterling or something to get some vision at the top. That would have helped. Unfortunately, does lose a hatchery for that.
On the bottom right side, now we have a... no, actually, never mind. Not gonna go there. Alright, let's take another look at the income graph here. Yeah, after losing that base here, now we have a 4 base economy for a Terran versus a 4 base economy of a Zerg, pretty much, right? It is remarkably still kind of equal. Thought I would be more in favor for Cure here, but maybe that's going to change. Oh, we have Lurkers actually. Look at that. Not having any of the upgrades just yet is going to go for the range first and foremost. So this base is a lot more secure now, even without the creep there, of course. Not going to be too easy to really engage there. A lot of Ling and Banelings now running into this middle base here for Cure. But with the siege tank there, it looks like, you know what, actually a lot of siege tanks there. Jeez Louise.
Oh man, this medevacs will go in straight into the height. Oh, just barely got out. That could have been dangerous there.
Almost, yeah, coming back into that main base there. Yeah.
I think this is our first like real true like late game of today. I think this might actually go across the 15-20 minute mark for the first time.
Would be nice for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's still a very volatile game. I love the positioning of the Lurkers here. Getting a good surround. The siege tank should help out though. Cleaning up a lot of them actually on the top side there. Still 6 of them waiting for this army to keep pushing on though. I don't think the siege tanks are going to move that way. They should be positioning themselves on this little edge right here. Getting a little bit too close, and Raynor immediately jumping on the opportunity, seeing those siege tanks. Is this enough though? Are the Lurkers actually going to be capable of killing off all this bio? I don't think so. Too well spread out, and unfortunately the Queen's not coming in to help out as well. Maybe with some nice... maybe with some nice transfusions that would be able to kind of hold on, but Kyo definitely finding favorable trades here. We're seeing nukes being created, by the way.
Oh, wow. We haven't seen some nuke play in some time, so let's see if Rainer survives long enough. But here we go. Looks like he's going to get on top of this tank. There's only one tank, so it should be cleaned up relatively easily. But as this is going on, the army of Cure, the other half, is marching his way across on the top. Still, the creep is, I mean, it's better than last time, but still not as great as the Vision.
Yeah. It's like
the
one or two, well, 1.5 creep teams towards the top there now. It's not fantastic just yet. Also, like on this other base where I was talking about the creep, I mean, he put down one big line of creep tumors, and like 2 seconds later, Cure just comes in with an army, snipes all of it down. That's a big problem. Okay, well, Rainer trying to make stuff happen here with run-bys, but Cure's just too on top of things. Has army absolutely everywhere. He's protecting everything, and you know what? This is Cure just doing a marvelous job at slowly whittling away the overall income of Rainer here, not allowing him to do very much. On the bottom side, coming in again right now, will be able to deny that new base being constructed there immediately. Maybe even do a nice push on top of the rest of those forces there. Rainer trying his best to hold on, using those locusts, using the Vipers. Trying to get everything sorted out, but Cure just too much of everything everywhere, it would appear. And look at that bank of his now as well.
Yeah, he can pretty much lose his army and still replenish it back to 200 and 200. Rainer, his army is pretty strong still, but he doesn't have a lot of banks. So if he does lose the rest of his army, it's going to be hard for him. He's going to go ahead and get on top of this 4 o'clock base. We'll get, yeah, it looks like he will be able to get that. So it's a nice little win there for Rainer, and he needs all the win that he can get.
For sure, but immediately seeing that happen, Cure realizing, alright, that means you're probably weak on this other side, and he's absolutely correct. Coming in right now, sending a siege tanks up on the high ground, making life very difficult for our Red Zerg player. The Vipers coming in, a nice blinding cloud, but losing so much stuff here. Trying to clean this up on his side of the map. At least he keeps his workers and those bases alive. But, yeah, he's on the same amount of bases once again here as our Terran player. A little bit ahead in the worker count. Still kind of equal on the army count, but he needs more bases, right? They just keep getting destroyed by the blue Cure.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to expand towards the 6 o'clock side. Hopefully that stays alive, but there's no creep there, so if Cure decides to attack it later on, he might be having an advantage in terms of the position. But it looks like he's going to go into these lurkers. Oh, nice possible snipe on these lurkers. No, these lurkers will throw just in time. Oh my god, all these splash damage. You gotta retreat. Oh man, look at that bow dwindling in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. You know what, Rainer definitely showing his spellcaster capabilities right now with those Vipers. Nice yoinks, keeping those lurkers alive and well. And does have that bottom, bottom 6 o'clock base now starting to mine. And he's kind of stabilizing now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he still has a good worker count, 87 to 66. Oh man, another hatchery going down, unfortunately.
Oi. No cancel, it looks like. Right, was it a cancel? I don't know, I didn't see it in time.
Yeah, it wasn't a cancel, so losing 300 minerals there, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, Rainer, his army's still pretty strong, so if he can get some nice, good, efficient trades here, I think he can kind of crawl himself back, and it looks like, yeah, he will go ahead and get on top of this base. There's only 2 tanks, which with these Vipers should be able to, yeah, nice blinding cloud. And that planetary just goes down.
At the same time, you know, Cure finding himself an opportunity to come back around. Comes into this previous third base over Rainer, positioning nicely, and will be able to trade very, very favorably against those links, actually. Oh dear lord. Gets the heck out of there again once more. Doesn't get anything done on the bottom right side though, so that base is still mining. And that's a crucial base right now for Rainer to have, right? If he had lost that, I would not have liked his odds any much more. But keeping it alive definitely keeps him in this game, especially considering, as you mentioned before, that base, that pick that Rainer got, incredibly crucial in this situation.
Yeah, and what's also crucial is the creep spread. He's starting to replant his creep, and he's gonna have to make sure to keep on the consistently spread it, because this map is pretty large. You want to have all the visions you can get. And also, it really helps during the engagement when you're kind of going on top of the Terran Force. And looks like he's starting to start spreading them.
Yeah. I'm loving that Cure's adding in a lot of Ghost here as well, right? We'll be able to use that EMP ability on top of those Vipers and kind of mitigate the amount of stuff they can get done.
Yeah, and someone in the chat saying one good fight and Cure will have problems, and I think that's true because look at the bank. He a few minutes ago he was banking quite a lot. This time around, his bank is depleted. It has a lot of gas still, but not a lot of minerals. Now Rainer, on the other hand, he's got the bank this time around. 2.5k to the 3.1k gas. So Rainer has the opportunity to, if he loses his army, can replenish that very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Neither of these players really mining an incredible amount, considering that we're at 21 minutes. Rainer here trying to make some work on the other side of the map as well. Tries it on one side, realizing he's not going to get much done. Tries to commit to the other side. Is this too much though? He's looking okay actually. Cleaning up more of Cure's forces right now. On the bottom right side, Cure's doing alright. He keeps that alive, but is going to lose another base here. And it looks like all those SCVs in a lot of trouble as well.
Yeah, oh man, Corruptor is going to snipe that command center really, really quickly. I mean, Corruptor vomits are very deadly, but so many actions across the map as a drop in the top side. But then also the army force moving. Oh no, Kira is actually retreating. Funny enough, so I think Rainer there, a few good seconds, and now all of a sudden he's enjoying a 200 supply lead, or not 200 supply, a 50 supply lead.
Yeah, most of that is in the workers though, of course. So it could still turn around here. He doesn't have that much extra mining overall either, does he? I mean,
yeah.
Overall, well, I guess a nice 1k extra minerals. But I think that's also because Cure hasn't been mining off of this new base that he just acquired all too much just yet. Oh, this could be big. Yeah, you're not going to save this one, Cure. This army a little bit out of position here. I think that may have been the final nail in the coffin here for Rainer. Or, well, I mean for Cure. I mean, Rainer putting it into the coffin of Cure. Is that making sense? I don't know. Yeah, alright, doing a fine job there. Now Rainer really getting himself a lot of breathing room. The supply definitely in his favor here. There's no question.
Yeah, this has been quite a game. Oh, we're reaching the 23-30 mark, and GG, Rainer will pull out one crazy game, and will secures his place in the round of 8.
Yeah,
and as well as a minimum of $75 to go home.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. That's the first victor of the day. We'll be able to move on through. I'm sure CynicalDeath is going to be very happy with that one. I was cheering for him, of course, remember.
Yep, looks like he's happy in the chat there.
Wanted to ban anyone, not cheering for Rainer. Luckily, we stopped him. We managed to contain that overall idea. But that also means we're going to be able to do the rest of these matches on the Korean server. So
nice.
We'll have to just chill over there right now. Anyway.
Yep, so you guys don't have to worry about players suffering from ping issues.
Exactly. Of course, everybody very, very concerned about that. I think it's okay, guys. I think it's okay. Of course, in a perfect world, there would be no ping, but when it's tied up in the same amount, it equals out overall. All right. So thank you all for joining us today. Welcome to the show. We still have a losers match, and then we of course still have the deciders match to go. And that means a potential 6 more games of StarCraft. We still have Zest, and we still have a Cure. We still have Rogue in here as well, right? So no matter what happens, we didn't. Yeah, we still have all the races here. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we mentioned it before. Cure is gonna have to face against Trap in the GSL pretty soon. So I'm suspecting that he would appreciate not having to play against Zest, right? So I think he's kind of hoping that Rogue does manage to beat Zest in this situation here, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna happen. Zest still, of course, an incredible player, very much capable of beating Rogue. He didn't, well, let me think back on those games between him and Raynor, actually. He did some interesting stuff, right? He definitely did some interesting stuff, but,
Yeah, I think I mean overall Zest is pretty good in PvZ.
Yeah.
Also his game against Kier, or wait, was it against, no, not Kier, against Raynor. The one of the games was just really wonky. I mean, it was just a quick, Ling all-in attack. I think the first game was more standard and more, solid, but the second game was kind of a throwaway game, so I can't really draw too much conclusion from that. So yeah, we'll see if he can bounce back and do a bit better this time around against Rogue.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough one. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what is going to be happening. Honestly, like, I'm kind of torn between these two players. Who would be the... I think both of them really... Like, you just don't have a clue, right? Either of them is capable of beating the other one on a good day. Especially if the other one's having a bad day. And so far, I don't think we've seen too much of either of these players to really assume that one of them is having a good or a bad day. Because, well, both of them kind of getting some weird games there, right? Yeah,
and plus both these players, I feel like they're kind of evenly matched, so can't really on paper draw any decisive conclusion on who would be favored and who would be the underdog here.
Right, yeah, I agree. But, you know what? Caution to the winds. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say Rogue's going to win 2-0. Alright? I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it. I'm going to say it right here, right now. Rogue 2-0 versus Est. No problem. No problem for him whatsoever. Alright, so, anyway, people that just joined us with a nice follow, much appreciated. G-Wo Sophie? G-Wo Sophie? It's an interesting one. Dimchick, Milky Cow 11, Robute 2002, Lord Macros 53, Chess SC2, Ditterspank, UK Man EU. It's not gonna be a good name for a while there, is it? In a while. Anyway, Trosates. Did I already talk about him? Anyway, I don't think so. I think we still have a lot of people here after a long game like that one. Alright, how do I say this? I'm gonna try again. Hold up. Let me prep myself mentally a little bit here. Mikashimoto. Right, there we go. M4773W. That's a bit easier. Unless if that's like meant to be mellow or something like that. Written very nicely in a weird way. Mallow. Cass, Vad, Omega Advocates. Thank you all for joining. I made it. I made it through the gauntlet once again of pronunciation. I hope I didn't butcher too many names too heavily. And I probably did, though. So already all my apologies going out to you guys.
Well, still better than what I would have done, so props to you.
Thank you.
Clap.
Thank you. I'm going to make you do them pretty soon here.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Don't torture
What
me
about
like
this
that.
one? It's an easy one, right?
Huh? Oh, the recent one?
Yeah.
By Teomater. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name.
Might be Bitometer, right?
Or oh yeah, bitometer. Yeah.
Yeah. Bitometer or some. I'm sorry, I thought it was meter there for a moment. Bitometer, yeah. So we go there together, you know, teamwork. Alright. You want to introduce anyone specifically here?
Yeah, sure. Here at the top left, we have our blue Zerg player representing Jin Air Green Wings. It is Rogue.
Rogue. And in the bottom right side, we have ourselves a red Protoss. He is none other than Razor Edge Gaming's. He is Zest. Often claimed to be the best. The best that ever was. Like no one ever was. And
To catch them,
must be
not
his
real
real
threats.
quest. Anyway, who's the other caster besides Gozen? It is Snoopy.
Yep.
Snoopy,
Snoopy
a
here.
admin slash overall badass of the Alpha X community.
Oh, well, thank you.
Of course, man. You put in the hours, you put in the efforts.
Yep, just your friendly
appreciated.
neighborhood puppy dog here.
Alright, yeah, once again, as Sushi's pointing out in the chat here, we do have another hatch block here for Zest. I mean, it makes sense. He loves to do those adaptive aggressions, and they do benefit quite nicely from it. And overall, it just slows down the Zerg quite a bit, right? If we are supposed to believe the speculating overall statistics going around, it is sad that this increases the Protoss win rate by something crazy like 10%, right? If you do manage to get the hatch block off when Zergs are trying to get some that hatch timing, it's like 10% extra win rate. At least that's what's going around in the grapevine, right? So I'm not sure how much of that is actually true. I'm not sure how you're even supposed to really get the calculations for that, as it's not been going on for too long, right? So at least it feels like a more recent thing, right? You didn't see it for a while, and then it just suddenly became the new thing everyone's doing continuously.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, someone, a Grom down in the chat saying this is a IEM finals rematch.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you guys don't remember, Zest and Jin and Rogue were the finals participants in the IEM in the recent IEM tournament. Rogue did end up winning. Spoiler alert. That was a few months ago, though.
I just want to point out. Look at the production tab right now, and then look at those links once again. Just kind of. I think Rogue saw the previous game between Raynor and Zest, maybe.
Possibly. Hopefully this time around he has a better response, or at least a better wall off. Because
yeah,
like you mentioned, he had enough minerals to throw down that building, but just barely was able to, and the links trickled in.
Anyway, I'm not even sure if he really scouted this. He did send the adapt backwards. Sees that the links are kind of around this location here. Only has the one gate available right now. He's going to get himself an Oracle. That might help out a bit as well, right? He's sending it to the front door. Alright, well, here we go. Once again, into the fray. The Zerglings come. Running in. That Oracle not helping out just quite yet. Maybe it's very overconfident. It's going to be able to hold this time. You know what? He's doing a lot better already, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a ball. No problem.
You've got Sentry for a force field if he needs it. Yeah, he should be fine.
He really should be. Yeah, even... Oh my god. I can't believe he kept that gateway alive, actually. Yeah, it's quite a bit of production for Zest here still, right? Okay,
oh man, even healing it with the shield battery. I like this.
God. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Alright, second Oracle comes in as well. Zaps away at those things. Yeah, this is just not going to work here, Rogue. I am sorry for you. You're just not as good as Raynor is, apparently. So... there you have it. There you have it. Another game going in the wrong direction here for Rogue. Bit unfortunate. Who's typing while they are casting? Who was typing? Was there someone typing?
I was typing.
You were typing? Okay.
No, I wasn't typing.
You weren't typing, alright.
I think he was hearing things. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, were we talking about typing while casting?
Uh,
Hmm.
I
It's a mystery.
I don't have a mechanical keyboard that would make noise during casting. So even if I were typing, it should be silent. But
Maybe,
who knows?
maybe it was just a clicking of my teeth, seeing all those links coming, nibbling away at those buildings, being like, "Oh no!" Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that's what they heard.
Yeah, or maybe it was my mouse. I don't know.
Ah, could be, could be. Anyway, here we go. Game number 2. It's on Ever Dream. Zest and Rogue. So I said Zest was gonna win too. All right, that was my bold prediction that I made.
Yeah, it's looking very much like it.
Yeah.
If he can get this one, then he will have advanced to the ace match against Cure to see if he can advance to the into the round of 8. But I think Rogue has something to say about that.
Yeah. Cryos as well with the follow. Welcome, my dude. Welcome, my friend. My new friend, Cryos. Good to have you. As a friend, of course. And, oh, we're not doing this. CynicalDeath not in the group. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
The blasphemy.
Ridiculous. This is a tournament in honor of CynicalDeath and we forgot to put him in this lobby. Well, to be honest, we did have a lobby link, so maybe he was just looking around in the replay before that actually got placed there. I don't know. There we have more people. Maraswa. Thank you. Hey, Mammoth as well. More friends coming. You know what? This is gonna be a big wallet that I need to have to carry all you guys your pictures around with me. But I guess I'm just gonna have to carry around 2 wallets. Maybe that's gonna be the solution here.
Yeah, or we get a picture book for you.
A picture book wallet. It's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I'd like that.
Or we could order you like 1,000 frames you can put up on your wall, and I mean, that wall behind you looks really nice for some frames.
Really. We could do. Don't know if you were to put 1,000 pictures there though. I don't think you'd be able to make out what anything of them though. To be fair.
Well, it's for you, so you could like look at them all the time.
Imagine if I did have a wallet with everyone that's following us, their picture in there, and then, like, I don't know, some weird accident comes over me, and the police, they find me somewhere, and then they're like, "Wow, this man has a lot of family, doesn't he?" And they start calling everybody to. Oh man.
That would be pretty funny.
Where's this man? Are these all his children? This man's been busy. Anyway. Yeah. Should we do the dirties? The introductions?
Sure.
The intro dirties?
Here, at the bottom left corner of the map, he is up 1-0, looking to close out the series. Can he do it? It is Zest.
Bottom, yeah, top. Bottom top. Just to the bottom of the extreme top side of this map right here, in the right corner, there's a blue Zerg getting his hatch blocked once again. He must be getting rather frustrated about that one. Anyway, he is none other than Jin Air Green Wings Rogue. Now, I've heard, right, through the grapevine, not only that winning, your win percentage goes up by 10% when you get a hatch block, but also I heard through a Twitch chat grapevine, so, you know what, take it with a grain of salt, but I heard Rogue not really feeling it recently. He's not getting the extreme StarCraft 2 vibes that he once had, right? He's not having that same motivation anymore, is what I heard people say. Which would be a little bit of a shame, honestly, right?
Yeah. I mean, he has a lot of achievements in the past. And sometimes, when you have a lot of achievements and good results, your passion could die down a little bit. And also, remember, these guys are pro players, pro Korean players, so they play. You must imagine they play a lot of games, and too much of something is never a good thing.
Too much, too young, too fast. It's what he played StarCraft of, and now he's maybe a little bit tired of it. It could be, and then, if the motivation's not really there anymore, it's hard to come up with new strategies. It's hard to really, try to find nuances to things and stuff like that, right? And then putting all the hours of practice in as well becomes a lot more difficult too. Which might be one of the reasons why we're not seeing Rogue being as dominant right now in this series. But then again, to be fair, in that previous tournament, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but the other tournaments happening, Rogue looked, he did look very scary, honestly. Now he was facing other opponents, but hey, oh well. And yeah, it's a Ling Flood again.
Oh.
The Adept sees it though. He knows. He knows. Can he do anything about it though? Let's wait and see. Trying one more time here. The Adept Glaive is on the way. And you know what? This is one of those things that we did see a lot of people do actually with against the Adept Glaive attack, right? Just get very aggressive early on. And you don't have that much money to really hold off stuff. Okay, well, should have enough money right now to make another gateway here behind this. Or a pylon. That's fine too. No problem.
But he did lose one Adept, so that's gonna decrease the firepower or decrease the potential of this hold. And man, the Stalker is about to go down.
Not that much space behind this gateway, and the Cybercore, of course, to really get other stuff going. Is gonna get himself a sentry here. I like the shade towards the back. Needs to keep this Adept alive, and will do. Cybernetic Score now dead though. This is looking like trouble. This is looking like a whole lot of trouble. He needs to use the force field here on this gateway. He needs to keep this alive. Okay, only 2 links now really available to block this. Ay. That pylon though, that pylon gonna break pretty soon, and there's no wall there. GG is called. Rogue gets him this time around with the Ling Flood. Naughty. Also, there was no Oracle this time, right? So.
Yeah, he went for Robo, and Mortar just came out once the link went through or broke through, so that was definitely not going to help him. And no more gateways to warp in. That was pretty much GG.
Yep. GG. I mean, a lot of tech available there for Zest, but not a lot of units. Also, his wall, of course, it was pretty far backwards, so it was difficult for him to really keep re-walling off in a way. One shield battery could have helped a lot. Yeah, that's true. Doctrix as well.
Simulacrum is one of the maps where it's easier to wall off in the back.
No.
But that one, not as easy.
Also, Race Lead. Thank you for that follow as well. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. That means we're gonna have one more game between these two. Going relatively quickly, honestly, I have to say. But, of course, after this one, we're still going to have another best of 3, guys. So, no matter how quickly Rogue's going to try to beat off... well, that sounded weird. I mean, no matter how quickly Rogue is going to try to kill off Zest there, we're still going to force him to play more games.
I gotta say, though, it was pretty ballsy of Rogue to go for that same build. I mean, he was down 0-1. If he lost that one, that was pretty much over. And for him to go for the same build that did not pan out in the previous game, that's pretty risky.
It's brave. It's brave. Maybe he was not anticipating Zest to go for the Stargate or the first time. Zest, I think, one of those players that loves the Adept Glaive attack more than anyone else. At least that's what it seems like to me, seeing how many times he really uses it. And against that build, this seems to be a lot better, right? So maybe a bit of a rock, paper, scissors here being thrown out by Rogue, trying to just be lucky here a little bit, right?
Yeah. Now, what would be crazy if this third game here, if he does that same build and actually pulls it out, oh man, that would be pretty crazy.
Well, we'll have to consider Rogue to, you know, maybe tell him to slow down a little bit here, because he might just do it continuously on the next one as well. Logu is my new favorite nickname for Rogue. Did I say Logu instead of Rogue at one point?
I don't recall.
Somebody else, Xenon, said it there in the chat. Maybe I mispronounced it. Or maybe he came up with it right here. Who knows? Logo! It's a little bit of the Korean way to say it, right? I suppose. Anyway,
Yeah, I suppose.
going into game number 3. Here we go. It was chat. Alright, yeah. That's a shame. It's a shame when chat is better at coming up with things, right? Than the cast. Oh well. Here we go. Bottom left side. The blue Zerg player, he's none other than Jinner Green Wings Logo.
And here spawning at the top right, we have the Korean Red Protoss representing Razor Edge Gaming. It is Zest.
And well, here we have it again. Net probe continuously being a thorn in the side of that early hatchery. I think Rogue's just anticipating it at this point. He's not even trying to get the hatchery there anymore. He's like already moving it to his third base from his main base, you know, without seeing the natural.
Yeah, and that's what you gotta do, you know, during a series like this, you gotta adapt to the playstyle of your opponents, and him recognizing that all these previous games, Zest's been sending that early probe out. He's gonna go ahead and send an early drone out himself, get that third, or not the third base, get the second base at the third base area, and not waste any time.
Yep. That's kind of what you have to do in those situations. Quick adjustments, quick thinking, quick on the feet, and move on with a plan B. Alright, well, Zest gonna start doing some regular stuff. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if we're gonna have one of those Lynx floods once more. You don't see him that often, and all of a sudden today it's like just we've seen him like 3 times already. And then from 2 different players as well, right? So, which is the even more interesting part. And they went twice as well, so maybe that's just a little bit out of practice to kind of defend against that type of stuff. Who knows? Although the third game it did feel a little bit like a build order loss there.
And also the map had a little bit to deal with it. I think possibly this map is a bit better in terms of walling off behind.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's looking very much the same. I mean, he's got the drones off the gas. Once he's got the 100 gas to research link speed, and it looks like it might possibly just be the same thing. There's more. Oh, actually, you know what? He's getting some more drones here, so I'm not sure. Huh. I think once the Overlord finishes, let's see if he continuously make drones or research links. Okay, it looks like drones. Okay, so it's not going to be the same build.
It says this is going to do the standard though. People kind of know him by right now. The Adapt Glaive Man. So let's see if he's going to be able to get it to work this time around again as well. Is that D. Gerald actually in the chat right now as well?
Yep, looks like it, maybe.
Holy moly.
Well, he's asking who won the first map. Zest, yep. Zest won the first map, Rogue won the second one, and here we are with the third game.
Third game, yeah. After this one, we will have the winner of this going up against Cure as well, to see who's going to be moving onwards to the second group stage of this tournament. We are seeing a Roach Warren here for Rogue. It is at the front side of his base, though. So I'm not quite sure if this is meant for aggression. It might just... Oh, wait, actually, it's at the 4-minute mark, of course. I'm a goof. This is just to defend the adapts with. Getting himself those links now. 10 links already available. 16 more. Actually, yes, all those links on the other side. He's going to go for a big counter-attack here. Alright, well, let's see if that gets anything done. It's going to force a pylon to be thrown down on the wall here. And yeah, Rogue is keeping those links nice on top of those shades. Will not allow the adepts to gain too much area there between the minerals. But there's just not enough links now, because a lot of them are across the map here. 3 workers already gonna get gunned down. These adepts should be more... Well, yeah, there we go. Going into that third base. Going into the natural as well at the same time. Pretty much everywhere. There's not a whole lot of mining going on for Rogue, is there? Oh my. Oh my, that's a big peak. This might be too much already, isn't it? The links at the other side, not getting anything done to adepts. More than enough to hold those back.
Yeah, 15 drones already killed. This is, I think that's critical enough, significant enough to say that Zest has come out on top on this front.
Just slightly, just slightly. A killing of like 60 lings as well. That's pretty darn nuts. Behind this, Zest getting himself a Dark Shrine as well. It's in the vision of Rogue. I don't think he cares anymore. There should be more than enough. Rogue's gonna just try to break Zest here with a whole lot of roaches, it seems. I don't think there's anything else you can do. There's no way you can bring this back in a macro game. Yeah, I think he's fully correct on that one. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. There's no lay attack available either, is there? So, no. I mean, this Dark Shrine is so incredibly smart. Because even if there is... Oh, he is going to go back into the drones right now. Okay. Alright. I mean, he was only behind with like 20 some.
Alright. Looks like the harass is still continuously progressing. I think he's gonna... Yeah, I think he's gonna turn them into Archons then. Because I don't see him... Okay, no, never mind. It looks like he's transitioning into a third base here. So this is not all in. This is just
Yeah. Completely right. I liked the Dark Templar a lot because if Rogue did decide to go for a counter aggression at this point, right? He would have just had Dark Templar available on the other side of the map. So it isn't only a way to now go into an Archon drop. But also, of course, he would have been able to... Oh, my dear Lord, please get out. Okay.
Oh, man. That was so close.
But yeah, also because the opening for a Zerg player against these Adeptglaives, they usually don't get themselves the delay attack anymore, right? So you won't have any overseers to really help out with the counter... Well, yeah, with the counter attack. And if you have a Dark Templar, well, it's gonna be rough getting stuff done if you just have Dark Templar killing your army here continuously. But yeah, I think we're already at this point. This is absolutely nuts. Look at the amount of adepts right here, Snoopy. What can you do?
That's a total of 20 adepts out on the field, plus the 2 Archons. The War Prism still alive, and GG Zest will take this a 2-1 in this best of 3 series.
2-1, not too bad. Rogue will be gonna go up. Be going up against Cure here for the rematch. If I'm not mistaken, right? They already faced off as first players here. Well, it's the second group playing, but the first opponents that they both met each other in today's tournament. And yeah, that means we're gonna be having that rematch. Cure taking it 2-0 the previous time, looking very dominant. And yeah, let's see if he can do that again here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take a bathroom break, so I'll be right back.
All good, my dude. All good. All right, guys. Just gonna remind you all casually, there is a Matcherino page available. So if you want to help out these players, if you want to help out the tournament overall, definitely go check that one out. Let me bring you up on this page right here. Looks like this. If you type !Matcherino in that chat, then you will be able to get the link to this page. And it's also, of course, the code being AX CynicalDeath Alright, then that's all you gotta do. Contribute, and voila, you'll have yourself 50 extra cents added to this prize pool right here. It's, you know what, in honor for CynicalDeath 3. Those of you who may be unfamiliar with CynicalDeath, let me tell you, he's the sword and perhaps also a little bit the shield of Liquipedia and the Team Liquid page as well. He helps Alpha X a whole lot out with all those things we... it's, you know what, he's continuously doing things for us on those pages, keeping everything up to date. Tireless Hero with more than, look at that, 173,000 edits and contributions on Liquipedia. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If you're wondering how the hell is Liquipedia keeping up with all these cups and everything going on, this is a big part of it. And that's why, of course, we have a tournament in his honor. Very well deserved. A wonderful guy. Very nice. Always awake as well for some reason. Probably just has his phone on the hotbar to whenever we message him, he wakes up instantly. He's like, I'm on it, guys. I'm on it. So yeah, very much appreciate it. Anyway, you can help out even more by buying the replay pack and get yourself a replay pack as well, of course. Which means you'll be able to get all these matches, all these games coming up, all the games that have been played, all of them will be sent over to you. You'll have yesterday's group, today's group, Group C coming up, and Group D as well. Then you'll have yourself Group Stage number 2. What's that, you ask? Well, it's pretty much the same as these two, but then it's going to be the best players, right? The players that advance. 2 players of each group. And then afterwards, you know what, we're not done yet. No, sir. We still have 2 best of 5s for the semi-finals and a best of 7 for the finals. Which I hear are the great finals to rule them all. So we'll be crowning a champion there when we get there. And you'll be able to get yourself all of those replays while also adding in $10 there for the prize pool. So giving these players a little bit of extra stuff to fight over. Right, other than that, there's some nice jerseys here that you will be able to pick up as well, while also adding in a bit to the prize pool. Or, you know what, there's also a caster tip jar. So if you feel like, you know what, we're doing a pretty alright job, alright, you know what, you're doing okay. A buck a show, it's all we ask in the name of our, well, my favorite podcast series, a buck a show. It's the price of a cup of coffee. Share a cup of coffee with us, and we appreciate it, alright? Alright, so enough of that. Let's talk about what's coming up here. Cure versus Rogue. Well, 2 players very capable of continuously beating the ever-living snotty noses out of anyone that they meet on StarCraft 2. And they have just done their... Oh, no, wait, Zestan Cure. Sorry, Zestan Cure. I don't know what is up with me. Why did I go on with Rogue? That's ridiculous. Did I smoke some of Amsterdam's finest? I probably did. That would make sense.
Well, to be fair, it's hard to believe that Rogue was the first one eliminated from the group.
Yeah. That's true. Looking at the group... Well, then, to be fair, looking at the group overall, everyone that was playing here... It's hard to pick anyone, right? As the clear underdog, or anyone that's not favored, yeah. In a way.
That's true. I mean, I would say this probably could be considered a group of death.
Let me see. Actually, I want to quickly. Maybe
I think it's either B or D. Group D or B.
Oh yeah, D's pretty strong too. Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, makes sense. Or maybe Group A and B in the second group stage, right? Those. Those might be even scarier, though. I don't know exactly what's going to be happening there. Anyway, the lobby is created. We're going to be joining that one here as quickly as we can. Zest and Cure, of course. How can you ever doubt Zest? Zest is, of course, the best. Get out the coffins, guys. Oh, dear lord. Man. What a meme. What a meme. You know what? It's ridiculous. I've never seen a meme really being... embraced that much by the entirety of the human society as a whole, right? I hear that in like Spain and places like those, there's police riding around during the quarantine trying to keep everybody inside, and by keeping everybody inside, they're playing that coffin tune to remind people why they're staying inside.
What?
So yeah, they're just blasting the Coven music, right? Around, I don't know what the name of that song is, but yeah, it's ridiculous. I think you can look it up. Just Google something like Spanish cops coffin music, something like that.
Jesus.
It's funny, but yeah, it's like so completely embraced. It's absolutely everywhere. Astronomia, sorry, by Tony Iggy. Coffin song. Ah well. I got close enough. Okay, Ghana says goodbye. Alright, thank you, Pearl. Why do you know all of this? Jeez. Too brainy. Alright, anyway. No more link floods this time around. Not today, sir. Not today. In the bottom left side, there's a blue Terran. Fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is here.
And spawning at the top right, we have our red Korean Protoss from Raise Your Edge Gaming. Might be listening to Coffin song as we speak. It is Zest.
Oh, I hope not. It's gonna be like, oh god, I'm about to die.
Well, he might, because there is actually Proxy Barracks here, living up to his play style, doing proxy racks here and there. But this probe will scout it, so let's see how Zest responds to this. Now, he did actually place the first initial gateway here at the edge, which means that he should be able to at least kind of block the secondary entrance for the Reaper, which will make this a easier hold or easier defense against the Reaper.
I wanna point out he has 2 gases, so it looks like it might be a 1-1-1 proxied here.
Oh, wow.
We'll have to wait and see if he throws down that factory. It looks like it, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, especially with the reactor here as well. I think he might go for Marines here. We'll have to wait and see. He does have the gas for Reapers. It does seem to nicely time out here. Yeah, okay, there's the Marines. Now, what else do you bring into this, right? I think you should be making a tech lab on that factory. Try to go for some siege tanks.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, this is a really, really hard push, hard push for the Protoss to defend if they throw down the second Nexus. So it's gonna have to be a perfect defense if Zest has any hope of defending against this, because this is really, really hard, especially if you kind of mix in a Liberator with that siege tank. It makes it so hard to get on top of the siege tank, and because even if you clean up the siege tank, it's gonna be very, very efficient for the Terran.
Yeah.
Oh, he's about to find it though with that Zealot.
He will, but I mean, now with their 6 Marines being out here, Zest is doing good stuff, right, to defend against this. I would love to see a couple of force, shield batteries coming down as well. Doesn't seem like he plans on it just quite yet. He knows exactly what is coming his way now, though. Right. So the siege tank did get forced into siege mode right now. Yeah, there's the shield battery, robotics bay as well, or robotics facility on the way, I should say. Will be able to get himself an immortal chronoed out here relatively quickly. Will it be in time though?
Oh, it's gonna be really important that he denies Kier the siege up at the ramp, or not the ramp, but the front of the Natro. But oh, look at this! He's actually circumventing some of his army around, catching this siege tank. This is gonna be huge.
Yeah, he gets right on top of that one actually. Oh, Kier trying to get all those Marines to the other side as quickly as possible with the medevac, but that's just kind of a package of like, all right, I also have these Marines. Here you go, sir. I see your pro gamer move, and I will allow it. Will grant you even more success with that one.
Yeah, but more important thing is that he's buying himself a lot of time with this. So that's gonna be more units to be able to defend, and this is gonna slow down the push significantly.
Yeah, also, of course, those shield batteries being constructed. Everything looking good here for Zest overall. Kia, you know, he's still going to try to commit to this, as, you know, it's kind of impossible to really think about how you could transition out of this, right? Not really an option at this point. 4 Stalkers right on top of those production facilities are going to be able to deny any type of reinforcements. Gets the tech lab as well for Marines, and a Viking now trying desperately to get rid of them, but just not enough. And yeah, Zest is going to be able to make up forces here and clear this out pretty nicely. Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, possibly, but he did snipe the cybernetic core, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for Zest to warp in additional stalkers. So in the meantime, he's gonna. Oh wow, this is huge. He's got the mortal out. That is
Yeah.
gonna do some nice damage to the siege tank, as the mortal has some nice firepower. And look at this spread here. It's going for a 360 surrounds, kinda. Oh, actually getting some of the reinforcement once again.
Yeah. You know what? I don't hate Zealots against this either, right? They do tank a bit of that siege tank's fire, and as soon as they get on top of the Marines, the siege tanks, if they don't get controlled properly, will start doing friendly fire. And then if they get on top of the siege tanks, of course, the siege tanks can't shoot anymore.
Yeah.
I think
Look at this.
he's doing the right things here. There are 4 siege tanks out now. That's a lot of siege tanks. They all are sieged up. That could be problematic. Zest still trying his best to snipe them away at the bottom side of that ramp. Nice pick up there with the medevac. Okay, here we go. The commitment for Zest right now. It looks like he has more than enough to clean this up. Easy peasy. No problem. There go the tanks.
Oh my god.
SCVs
Even the
coming in,
SCV is joining a bit late. This is going so wrong and horrible for Kier.
More fighting happening. There's the GG being called. Right, Zest takes the first game here, and yeah, the proxy 1-1-1. Not a tactic you see all that often if it's not scouted. Of course, that could be a problem, but yeah, in this situation, Zest getting just barely in time to scout there, realizing what it exactly was. Of course, you can kind of infer as well, right, by seeing that there's no barracks at the main base, and then not seeing a Reaper showing up as well. Kind of can assume, cross out his potential cheese that is happening, list a couple of things, especially seeing those 2 gases being taken as well and being mined from. So kind of being able to figure it out, and yeah, I just don't think that's gonna work against any Protoss that is vigilant with his scouting, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta call that a high IQ defense, because historically that build is really, really hard to defend. And the way that Zest kind of maneuvered his stalkers, making sure he catches catches the reinforcements, slowing down the push.
Yep.
I just love how Zest kind of handled that.
So which players do you remember? Which ones you saw not holding this, or?
I know from my personal experience, as well as from other members, clan members, they've had trouble holding this off, especially if you go for that second nexus, because that means that you have less to defend. But yeah, that's just showing how brilliantly you can defend that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like at the high screen levels. I don't know. I personally, in the games where I have seen it, where I did get to cast it, I haven't really been able to see it work that great. But maybe I've just been unlucky or lucky, depending on how you see it. But with on the Protoss side, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm trying to think back. I'm having trouble really thinking about moments where it really did work, but maybe I'm wrong. Was that the same build Tasha did against Dark in GSL? I don't know. Was it?
I don't remember. I know. Well, someone actually in the chat pointed out that Kira could have built a bunker, and I think if he built a bunker, that would have significantly been harder to hold. It would have been really good for Kier to throw down the bunker because the bunker could tank as well as protect the sea shank in the back. But unfortunately, he didn't decide to do that. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Alright. Anyway. 1 point on the board. It's the blue Protoss right here in the top left side. He is being proxied again. He's none other than Mr. Razor Edge Gaming, Zest.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our red Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Kier.
Alright, he's gonna go for the gas here. 3 racks actually, so full on Reaper Assault will be coming up here. It's a nice location to do so, of course. One Zealot coming out as quickly as this, not the greatest thing against Reapers. But might be able to keep them busy here for a little bit. Of course, that Zealot more so for the marine attacks, but anyway, not much else you can do at this moment. It's nice that Zest did get the scout off, of course. Didn't throw down that Nexus just yet. And we'll have to wait and see. One Reaper is going to be coming out here relatively quickly. That one Zealot at the front door. He's going to have to start chasing. Chrono as well being saved up for the gateway. Here we go. And off they are. Out of the boxes right here. The red racers on the on the high grounds, trying to get close enough to shoot the other blue racers here. Imagine if racehorses had guns. This would greatly increase the viewership of horse races, I feel like.
Oh man, yeah, that'll definitely be crazy.
Anyway, so far I'd say, you know, Zest is doing a really good job at holding this, right? He's got 2 stocks now. He's got the Zealots. He's not taking any damage so far. He's doing all the right things, I'd say. Not getting that Reaper though. That's a big deal, perhaps. Oh, okay. Well, does get it.
I mean, even the building placement. Oh my goodness, that was quick. That was quite anticlimactic, and Zest will take it 2-0.
Yeah, honestly,
and we'll
like,
be moving on to the round of 8.
Yeah, joining Raynor there might be able to get him that next round. But yeah, honestly, losing that Reaper there, I feel like that's indeed a very big deal. You cannot afford in those first initial waves of the Reapers to really take any losses. Maybe being a little bit quick with just losing one to then already tap out, but like, you're not feeling it anymore, and you know what? That's all right. That's okay. We're gonna be moving on with Zest. This is what that means, and that means we already have 3 Protoss in that round of 8.
Yeah, all these Protosses just managing to crawl themselves further and further into the tournament.
That's right. That's right. Okay, guys, let me take a quick look again at the overall bracket where we are at right now. Let me reload this real quick, and there we have it. We have. You know what, yeah, Zest moving on through, Raynor moving on through as well as the first place, of course. So they will be joining us pretty soon. Next up will be group number C. That's group number 3. Funnily enough, it rhymes. Anyway, Dream, Scarlet, Clem, and Zaun. All those 4 guys will be duking it out, of course, one against one another, trying to see who is good enough to be joining the other 4 players right here in the second group stage. Then afterwards, Group D, of course, also going to be happening. Now, something that is going to be happening before that, actually, is this other tournament. It's very similar to this one. We have a lot of the same players, but it's not in honor of CynicalDeath, so it's a little bit less epic overall, but still very much worth your time viewing, of course. May 22nd at 14 CEST. There you have it. That will be on... that is on Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. So this Friday already, we're going to be having Dream, Scarlet, TY, and Solar. So if TVC is your cup of tea, then this should be a very nice day for you to start watching. And yeah, of course, afterwards we will be continuing onwards right afterwards on Saturday with Group C, Dream, Scarlet, Clem, and Zaun. But definitely come check out for the other tournament as well. Do remember we have the Match Reno 2 exclamation mark Matcherino. Get yourself those coupons filled in and get yourself the replay pack if you do so desire. Alright, so other than that, thank you all so much for watching. I have been Kozen. You can find me on Really Kozen. That's my Twitter. It's my Twitch. So if you like my casting, if you like the stuff I do, go check me out there. Snoopy, any shout outs you want to give? Anything you want to mention?
Yeah, just a shout out to the last few followers we had here in the last few couple of minutes, as well as once again, thank you CynicalDeath for all the hard work that you do. Thank you to Sushi for setting this up and hosting this, and yeah, thanks for having me, Kozen. Been a pleasure, and look forward to Saturday in Group C.
No problem. No problem. You're very much welcome. And alright guys, we're gonna be raiding Ro16 here. A Protoss player for Alpha X. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this, bro. I'm not feeling it right now. Anyway, here we go. So go check him out, guys. He's a marvelous Protoss player. He's a very cool guy. He's a Polish Polish Protoss. Very much deserving of as many people that would like to see him. Go learn yourself some Protoss. And yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone helping out with the tournaments. All those lovely sponsors and other teams that are helping us out right there in that bottom side. Much appreciated, guys. And yeah, see you next Friday. Alright, talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.